numbers again.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Cleveland Moto Podcast, episode number 529. Kiss me in the giblets. It's turkey time.
Woo!
Yay! Yay. Oh, look, Dan just walked in. Yay!
Drifted in like a stinky
in
fire.
the house.
Light them up.
Yay, light them up, boys.
Now, I think this is the record of all times.
Right, we have a full house. Yeah. Anybody who's like,
Take that, Misfits.
I have a microphone. We should do a podcast. Well, we'll bring them all. We'll wire it. We'll plug them in.
So that was Liza in the back row there, right?
Shots.
Yeah. So to my immediate left tonight,
Sean Noel.
and to his left,
Nick DiVitto.
to his left,
Steve Sleepy.
and to his left,
Johnny Mac.
and to his left.
Keto Pedo.
You gotta be careful with that one. To his left.
Shanky Smith.
And behind Nick DeVito. Well, let's go behind the bar first. We'll start behind the bar.
Matt.
Matt from MotoHop. And
Missy MotoHop.
Missy MotoHop. Yay. And then also behind the bar,
Tom Pennington.
Tom's going to be roving around giving people drinks. And so is
Dan Jello Shot Crumpke.
Dan Jello Shot Gromke. Well, it's going to be that kind of party. Woo, my goodness.
Oh, just do.
So for the record, we have got special libations provided by our staff. They are just amazing. We've got special libations from everywhere. What do we got? What's got? Oh, 30 years old back there. Yeehaw.
Can you turn
All right.
that light
So
toward Smith more? Just
the,
the top. Just turn the top.
yeah, just aim that light more at Chris Smith.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go. So guys, tomorrow's Thanksgiving.
I know.
And it's funny because in addition to all the feasting and
Smile when you say that.
festing that you might be doing tomorrow with your family.
Well, more than that, I can finally relax now. I've been having to defend my yard because people were trying to poach my 55-pound turkeys.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers be slowing down. I'm like,
Keep moving.
Yeah.
That 55-pound butterball is not yours.
yeah, that's my wife's pet.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
That's a fucking ostrich.
Right.
All right. It's a very short ostrich at this point. Wow. Yeah. I mean, this is one of those items or one of those occasions where we did invite everybody to come down into the Ratskeller. And it's been fun. We've been pre-gaming for the past hour or so.
And we got to turn the heat off, and now it's still hot.
It's still warm.
That's awesome.
Right, yeah, nobody's going to die of frost. Oh, we did get snow today, so that's a big thing for Cleveland is our first snow.
As my brand new $2.9 million heater broke after 3 weeks of ownership, right before the holiday where they can't have anybody find one or do anything, so I am heatless for...
Right, and between John and I, we've got several gas-powered heating devices.
Yeah.
So we can keep
We're
you
gonna
warm.
figure it out.
Yeah.
And the Honda Monkey got out today.
The monkey went out today.
Nice.
Fantastic. That's very cool.
Did anybody get out besides me last weekend after the rains? I put
you did?
200 miles in on Saturday. After I came and saw you, I kept going.
Oh my God.
It was beautiful.
Wow. Oh, that's
last day, and
fantastic.
then now it snowed, so I feel like I got it in.
It was very funny because Adam had to come and pick up his Royal Alloy, right?
Yeah.
So his Royal Alloy has the opposite of being too cold. It was getting too hot. And so Tom diagnostified it and figured it out and made it work and made it not get hot anymore. And it was funny because
That's
normally when I'm like, hey, it's good time for you to come and pick up your bike, anybody else would be like, no, it's 41 and freezing rain. I'm not picking my bike up anytime soon.
I rode mine home in the freezing rain
Exactly.
the other night.
Right.
I was like, fuck
last
it.
night. You were on the money, and Adam was on the money. You guys were all riding around, and it was like, yeah, just England.
Yeah.
It's fine. We can deal with it. So it was pretty good. And it was a funny day at the shop yesterday because, the week before Thanksgiving, you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes people will come in with their family from out of town, show them the Vespas or stuff. And we sold some bikes. I sold an unsellable bike. I sold a Kymco AK550, the world's fastest motor scooter.
That thing's awesome. How are they unsellable?
Because when they're brand new, that bike is almost $12,000.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a commitment.
So $12,000 is tough. But at $5,500, you'll find a buyer.
Oh, all day.
But the problem is a 3-year-old bike that loses, over 50% of its value. Not great.
Yeah.
So we did finally find the right buyer for it.
Oh, good, because that dude scored then, because that's a good fucking
It's
bike.
a ton of bike for $5,500.
So it's basically the Mercedes.
$10 a cc.
It's the Mercedes of Kymco
Yeah,
scooters.
it absolutely is. Right. It is. Right. That is one of those bikes where if you know it and you've ridden it, it's a damn fine bike, but you're not going to get anybody to unsqueak their wallet for $12K for that thing. So it's still a scooter, even though it's the world's fastest scooter. The fun stuff. The other funny thing today was that today I also sold a bike to a guy that I've never been able to close. A guy that's been coming around the shop for about 6 months, circling a particular bike for about 6 months. And this was a waiting game. And I think he thought that if he waited long enough, I would drop my price a lot. And what he doesn't realize is when I own something, I'm okay with owning it until my price comes along. Not the buyer, until my price shows up. And today was the day where he was like, come on, are you not going to drop $500? No, I'm not going to drop $500 on this bike. This bike is the same price it was when you started looking at it 6 months ago. And today was the day he was like, oh, the hell with it. Take my money. And he did. Today was the day he pulled the trigger.
He waited to be out of riding season.
This is the part I don't understand is like.
You can't blame him, though. I mean, he's trying.
He's trying, but apparently it was a waiting game and I outweighted him. And but I did throw him free winter storage, so he's got the free winter storage going for him, which is nice. Yeah. That's
Do we
the
know?
thing.
Are we allowed to know which bike it was?
It for the sake of this podcast,
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah. If anybody at home is keeping score, it's a Motorbrini 650.
Oh.
So he's super happy. And the first thing I think the first thing he's doing with it is I think probably the bike is going to go and get lowered because when he's on the bike, he's every bit of his tiptoes. And
he's a short king.
He's a short king, yeah. Yeah, so I believe that before it even gets into his possession, we're going to lower it down a little bit.
Don't say short king when I've got my tongue in the jello.
Yeah.
No, all you guys, you're like,
yeah, right?
Like,
yeah. You're making Steve's job really hard.
No, I think we're getting tips for the MSLR crowd. There's some dudes out there with petroleum jelly in their hand.
I don't know what's going on.
Real easy.
I know.
I don't know what's going on in the background. Sounds like dinosaur sex, but
Thrust and Justin said more of that, please.
The jello.
There's plenty more.
The jello
Plenty more
shot.
where that came from.
So in motorcycle news today, if anybody cares, because we always like to give you the new and good stuff, Suzuki went full on Hyundai Kia. I give Suzuki a lot of credit for this. They are offering a 10-year warranty. 10 years or 70,000 miles.
Fantastic.
Which might as well be forever if you've met any of my customers, right? 10 years, 70,000 miles. This is their new program. This is what they're offering, except not in America. Well, they'll probably change their mind on that, but that's what they're offering for the UK. And they've got a funny deal is they're going to give you this 10-year, 70,000 mile warranty as long as you do your job and patronize your Suzuki dealer. So as long as you can prove you've dealer maintained the bike from the date of purchase, then they will stand behind you with a 10-year, 70,000 mile warranty. And I think that's a goddamn good idea.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right? Fair enough. So, you're being part of that Suzuki ecosystem from buying the bike to getting it serviced by a Suzuki authorized dealer. And then they're going to stand behind you for the 70,000 miles you're going to own the bike.
I just wanted to say that Missy from MotoHop has requested very little motorcycle content.
Oh.
She's really interested in more of the other stuff that goes on.
Oh.
So I do think we should talk about shooting last weekend.
We should. Oh. Yeah, last night we went out and tried to repopulate the ground of Grand River, Ohio with clay. We did, I would say our kill rate has gone up dramatically.
You were definitely the sky master there, man.
I was doing my best. John and I had a little bit of panic prior to the shooting event because the places where we normally go to buy our clay pigeons and our shotgun shells, well, they were all out. They were short.
Cabela's, Walmart,
all the normal places that we buy shotgun shells and we buy clay birds from.
But Rural King came through in a big way.
Rural King did come through in a big way. And so we went out there standing tall with, easily 900 birds.
I tried to lay in at least 2 years worth of birds and ammo.
Right. And I went out, I personally took over 600 rounds of ammunition to the event. And I was being generous for the people who didn't bring enough. Share and share alike, as we say. It's more fun if everybody's shooting. And we had a firing line that was funny because with my trap sends the birds a long way out there. And we had about a 20 mile an hour wind from left to right, which these birds would hit the wind and birds would just do crazy stuff. This was like Frisbee freestyle to the extreme. And the bird would go out and he'd be like, look at me, I'm a perfect trajectory and I'm 20 feet higher or I'm 20 feet lower.
You just get a target lock, and then it goes, whoop.
Oh, it was like, yeah, I got lock on him and he's gone. Like, where did he go? And then John's trap, though, can throw doubles. And John feeds his trap. His is a mechanical trap, a foot operated trap.
It's the Trias one step. You step on it and it sends it. You can do it all yourself. If
You can
want.
literally load and fire your own birds. So John was running doubles, which kept everybody honest. And even me, after getting my 1187, because that's what I shoot a Remington 1187 as my daily driver. And I came out with the intention of shooting my 1187 and then also breaking in that Beretta that I got from John last year. And we were having some feed issues with it, but we got that sorted out.
Oh yeah, she was
She
fun.
singing, and we were it was so much fun. And for the first time, I felt like with our firing line, when I looked to my left and I had Dan Kromke to my left, and then I had Augie one step left of him, it was so funny because anything that went up, I swear to God, Augie was just camping out, like saving ammo. So he'd wait and he'd be like, bam, nope. And the bird got away clean. Second, bam, bird got away clean. Augie was like waiting for cleanup. Sometimes Augie was taking these birds down in the next county. He was waiting until these birds had really far away. And he's running a 16 gauge shotgun, so he has less BBs than the rest of us, which tells you what a good shot he is.
Yeah.
So he was out there with a pump gun, just slaughtering them. We did so good. I was so proud of all of us. And even the state park ranger, even the park ranger showed up to congratulate us.
Yeah.
He was very, very kind. The first thing he said was, I want you guys to all know that this range has been closed for over a year.
So are you cleaning up because I got here or are you done?
That was the quote. Are you tearing it down because you saw me? And I was like, no, we were done anyway. Never mind the fact that we still had about 500 shotgun shells left over and about 300 birds. We just shot ourselves silly. And we were all burned out. And he showed up, nicest guy in the world. Couldn't have asked for a better park ranger or a better, wildlife officer. He was great. Didn't have any mean things to say.
Yeah, we just cleaned up the super fun site and now you guys have
Oh, that was the best part. He's like, just want to let you know, we just graded this entire property to get rid of all the steel shot and the lead shot and the birds. We just graded this all and skimmed it. And look what y'all did. And he didn't have a problem with that. He was actually really cool that we were leaving. He didn't ask to inspect my truck, which was great.
No guns were confiscated. Vehicles towed.
Nobody got patted down. Yeah, it was
not even an ID shown.
No, he never asked for anybody's ID. He was super cool, very cool with all of us. And then I can tell you, I discovered something new about the Amish community that I didn't know. And that the Amish community, we've made jokes in the years past about the bicycles aren't allowed to have any pedals because it's a machine, right? So their bicycles are basically big wheeled stand-up kick scooters.
Kick and go.
Kick and go. They just push with their foot and away they go. And this year I saw a young Amish lady on the road, and she was moving along at maybe 34, 35 miles an hour on one of these kick and go scooters. And I was like, check out the gams on Gertrude. She's moving, right? And then as I pulled alongside, I realized she had an electric hub motor. And I was like, oh, wait a second. If they can have electric hub motors, they can't have pedals and a chain, but they can have an electric fucking hub motor.
If the definitions don't change.
Right. And I'm like,
as long as you charge it from your horse-drawn generator, you're okay.
Well, what's to keep them from just going direct to Teslas?
Well, this is a brand new market for you to sell zeros to.
Correct. Go straight for the Amish.
Ooh, the Zero Yoder edition.
Right. We just need no chain, no drive chain. Yeah. So if we have an electric motorcycle with no drive chain, they're going to be good. Tanuki! Tanuki-san! Tanuki-san is up. We must drink. Yay! So it was super fun out there in Amish country, having a good time shooting shit. It's always great to see my nephews come out. They're always, Michael and Cody came out. They're having a great time. And it's fun because I'm going to say conservatively, there were 14 or 16 shotguns there, right? And so you could have everything from a bolt action 410, which is the weirdest shotgun I've ever shot in my life. It feels weird. It's like using a rifle to shoot clay birds. Yeah. And then to like sophisticated automatic loading 12 gauges and stuff like I run. It was fun to get to see people interacting with all these different operating systems. Shotguns are not motorcycles. The clutch is not always on the left and the brake is not always on the right. Shotguns operate in very strange ways.
I left my Fox Sterlingworth in the car because I'm like, I don't know. We might have law enforcement.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't want this one to get caught.
This is one we don't want to have go away.
I hid it under the seat. I'm like, I don't know.
Coming back to motorcycles real quick.
Interesting comment.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
As someone who worked at a local Suzuki dealer in the service department, most U.S. riders void the warranty almost instantly on the GSXR motorcycles. And I'm going to say there's probably a part 2 to that.
No, just on any. Meaning like every dude that buys a Gixxer.
Yeah.
They're leaving the parking lot doing wheelies and burnouts anyways.
For real. Yeah.
Step 1 is slip on and then wrap it around a tree, correct?
Slip on. No, full system, no tune.
The good news is if you own a motorcycle and you plan on keeping that motorcycle for 10 years and 70,000 miles, look up the Magnuson-Ross Act. Read it, know it, live it. There are things you can do to your motorcycle. There's things you shouldn't do to your motorcycle. If you change your exhaust, it's not going to void the warranty on your clutch, right? If you change your clutch, it's not going to void the warranty on your motor. There's things that you can do and there's things you shouldn't do.
Yeah, regardless of what the dealer says.
Especially regardless
you would have
of what
to
the
think
dealer
that
says.
they would have to sort of prove that the modification you did caused damage to your motor or something.
That's exactly right.
This week, speaking of that, is the first time I've actually realized, holy shit, I'm an old man. So at work, they were like, hey, you got a new truck. I'm like, yeah, well, hey, we got this new vendor coming in. Would you like to put an exhaust down there? And so I was like, no, no, I wouldn't. I don't want to do anything to
28 more horsepower? No, thank you very much. I'm going to keep this bitch stock.
Reliable.
Right.
Perfectly, exactly the way it came from the factory as it's going to stay.
Oh man, a couple of turbos that make that thing.
It already has one.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's better to keep it stock if you plan on keeping it around.
Right.
Is that Suzuki warranty retroactive to 1981?
Right, it is not. That is unfortunate. And you'd still be out of the window anyway.
That's a T-shirt. Keep it stock, keep it around.
Yeah, keep it stock, keep it around.
I do wonder what led them to make that decision. Like what in the
Hyundai
market?
and Kia.
Yeah,
Hyundai
sure.
and Kia. Because my mom bought her Hyundai a million years ago, the first Elantra. Like she bought that thing because of a 10-year warranty. Yep. My mom's on a fixed income. She needs to buy a car and she needs to know that car is going to be hers for 10 years. No questions asked. And honestly, Hyundai very cheerfully put a motor in that car.
Well, yeah, because like Chevy made me feel really good at 500 miles when the check engine light came out, and the guy said, "I think that should be under warranty." And I was like,
Let me check with the manager.
"Of course,
Let me check your 37-page disclaimer list." Yeah,
I have a Hyundai Veloster N that I've had for 5 years now.
Right.
It's totally paid off, and it has a 10-year warranty, 100,000 miles, and they specifically say if you take it on the track, it's not void. That's perfectly fine.
Oh my
That's
god,
part of the use case.
That's part
for
of
that
it.
car.
Yep.
That's what you say. That's training.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Training is good. Your insurance company will allow training.
Yeah,
it will not allow competition.
but wheel to wheel, yeah. As soon as you're
Right.
doing wheel to wheel,
right, as if you're training, your insurance company is going to
But
cover
all
you.
time attack is considered training.
Yes, it is.
That's
Yeah,
what you need
absolutely.
to know.
Hill
Right.
climbs.
Yeah.
Yep. That is a very, very good thing to know if you plan on keeping your warranty.
And rally, I guess, could be considered
I'd say
time
so.
attack, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
You're not wheel to wheel.
Yeah, I really do
Sure.
think that Suzuki, this is a smart thing for Suzuki to differentiate themselves. Motor Marini came out with the 3-year warranty, got a lot of press because they had the 3-year warranty. If Suzuki can bring the 10-year warranty to the United States, that's going to help them sell bikes.
Well, and it strengthens the dealer.
Absolutely.
Service
Absolutely.
departments and
Completely.
income over there.
Yeah, it is. And the thing with Suzuki, historically, if you're a Suzuki dealer in the United States, they're very loose on the whole manufacturer suggested retail price. They will let dealers put each other out of business. They will let dealers race each other to the bottom and make it up on the financing or the back end.
But let's be realistic real quick.
Yeah.
Everybody at home can play along. Go to Marketplace and type in 2015 Suzuki.
Yeah.
And look what comes up.
See what comes
and
up.
That's 10 years ago.
Right.
And none of those bikes are going to be under warranty at this point. So that's what I'm saying. So it's kind of a win-win for
It's a
Suzuki
win-win.
because they're like, nobody's ever going to make it to 10 years of even claiming this.
Well, and historically in the United States, we are not an endurance-based society where people buy one motorcycle and do all their riding on that one
We're
motorcycle.
also not generally a maintenance
Right.
based society.
That's
either.
also true.
That's
Yep.
unfortunate.
Sadly,
Also true.
yeah.
Unfortunate, but true.
Absolutely. So that was an interesting thing. I was very impressed that Suzuki did that. I think that's a good move
I could see some like V-Strom riders like jumping on that because some of those V-Strom guys were putting big miles on.
Yes.
Those are like long-lived bikes.
They are really long-lived.
I thought
bike.
DR650.
Yep. Yeah. And that would be a really smart way to be like, okay, you were thinking about getting a KTM or whatever. Are you concerned about maintenance of your vehicle? Well, we got your back for 10 years.
Oh, it's my mom.
Oh. This thing got sick.
Yeah, my mom decided.
Hi, Sean's mom.
Mrs. Sean.
Guten Abend. Der geht's gut, though.
Yes, my Ilse is my mom.
Oh, yay.
Das ist gut.
You did good. We love the Sean.
Oh,
Yeah, we love the Sean. Good job, Mom.
Guten Abend, meine schönen Herren.
The next thing that I thought was super interesting, and this one is almost purely for Meckelfresh, is that Honda has stuck the E-clutch, probably their best invention in 25 years. They stuck the E-clutch on the Transalp. So that's yet another vehicle. And I do have a lot of people that are coming to my shop that are always looking for bikes they don't have to have a clutch on. And the Transalp E-clutch has just become one of them.
I was going to make a Sean comment, but now that I know his mom is what it is,
no, you can say. I guarantee you can say what you need to say. Say what you wanted to say.
Much like Sean, they're sticking that thing everywhere.
They are sticking that thing everywhere. Yeah. It's a really cool thing that Honda's figuring out more places to put that system. Right? And
So is Sean. So is Sean.
4 a.m.
4 a.m. Do you need an E-clutch in your life?
DCT, baby.
Clutch
That's
this.
a D clutch.
D-clutch. Yes, exactly. So that is an interesting thing because they're also talking about taking the DCT bikes that they have right now and converting them over to be an E-clutch system.
I mean, why not?
Why not? That's exactly what I'm thinking. So for a lot of buyers, that's going to be a really, really good thing to be able to jump onto a motorcycle and know you can just rail that thing and not.
This writes itself.
This is writing itself.
Yeah,
If only it was that easy.
jump on and rail it. So that's pretty cool.
Has anyone been able
Oh,
to
Jello
buy
Schnatz.
one of
And mine is Jello Schnatz colored, by the way. I got the green one.
Thank you.
Not that I know of. Has anybody experienced the E-clutch yet?
What is an E-clutch?
So that is, and I'll go ahead and pull the picture up so you guys can see it. So their idea behind the E-clutch is, let's go ahead and pull this up to
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit removed from motorcycles.
Okay, so go ahead and Sleepy, if you would like to bring this image up for the folks at home
it's
and
up.
for Nick, who can see it on the big screen. So this is the system that Honda uses, and instead of using a dual transmission clutch or a dual clutch transmission to shift the gears as you would simply by moving your foot, the bike electronically senses that, activates clutch 1 to release the gear and clutch 2 to engage the next gear.
Okay.
Right? What this is doing instead is this is saying that no matter what speed or velocity your motor is going, it will automatically function that clutch for you. So your hand is completely out of the picture anymore. And where most of the clutches that we now have quick shifters on so many motorcycles where it senses the motion of your foot on the shift lever, interrupts the spark of the motorcycle. It's sparkus interruptus. So it's sparkus interruptus. So you're not throwing all of your horsepowers at your gear stack, thereby destroying it. You're taking the power away for a brief second to make that happen. With the E-clutch, what's happening is you do not have a clutch lever on the top of your bike whatsoever. Go ahead.
I thought you did.
Well, you can. It's not required to be there.
Okay.
Right. It is there for those who would like to use it.
I thought that was the big deal. You know, like the E-clutch difference between the DCT is a DCT, you do not
That's
have
right.
a clutch lever.
Right.
But with the E-clutch, you have a clutch lever.
Absolutely.
You can use it or you
Or
cannot use it.
Right. So in the purest of form, you could build a motorcycle that had no clutch lever, which has always been a problem for people that are traditional motorcyclists that want there to be a clutch lever.
The beauty is the accessibility. I mean, a first-time rider or whatever, and maybe not on a Transalp, but they're doing it through their CB500X or the 500 line.
Yep.
I mean, you could have that. You could like, okay, well, I'm learning how to ride. I could just learn how to ride without using the clutch. But then if I want to play around and kind of figure out how a clutch works, I can do that.
That's a good point.
And it's a really clever system that they've managed to figure out this stack of gears that runs this.
I don't know if you can like turn it off though, like make it like turn it off. So if you kick it into gear, it stalls. You know, like
Okay.
I don't know.
There's a little opinion for you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, absolutely awful, but I'm old fashioned. And, you know, that's the idea is if I'm operating the vehicle and I'm using the clutch, like if I jump on the bike and I'm using the clutch because there's a clutch present. So there's a clutch on the handlebars. I'm going to grab the clutch and I'm going to use the clutch. It needs to be better than what the Recluse clutch was on my Husqvarna, because the Recluse clutch on my Husqvarna, the lever was there, but it felt like garbage. So
Yeah,
using the
it's hard to
clutch-
wheelie on those bikes,
right.
too.
The power is not where you want it when you want it.
Right.
So it is not transparent, and the E-clutch is transparent.
Yeah.
If you just forget that the clutch is there and stab the gear change, it's going to change gears perfectly.
So what's activating the clutch? Is there a sensor on the shift lever that once you touch the shift lever, it's like, okay, this person's
I'm
going
almost
for a
certain
gear.
it is. Yeah.
So it's like a CT90.
Yep.
But does it have the ability to just go through the gears itself, like full auto?
I would have to check on that.
I don't think there's
Probably
anything that
not.
will actually change the gears like a DCT.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that actually actuates the gears.
Right.
It's just electronic. There's an electronic motor with a gear set. That's
There's
able
literally
to-
two of them.
Twin servo.
It's actually
Yeah, twin
like
servos.
manipulating the clutch, right? The big difference between it and like a CT90, there's no centrifugal system involved. It is a standard clutch basket. But the big difference is like Recluse will tell you should avoid starting from a stop using the Recluse system. They want it for in between gear changes, but this is going to be from a dead stop. It will supposedly flawlessly engage the clutch and not loop you or stall itself.
The CB650 that I rode without using the clutch, it pulled away from the light, it pulled away from the test as good as I could ever use the clutch and pull the bike away. And that meant either if I was trying to make it stall by pulling away and creeping away, or if I was just full up whiskey throttling it. And what it gave me was a simulated perfect application of clutch. And I believe that it's the motors that give it the variable nature, so it ramps either aggressively or soft based on my throttle position as I'm feeding it power. The CB650 I rode, I was fully expecting it to be horrible, like a DCT or something. And what happened was the first time I started that bike, clunked it into gear, and I pulled away. It was just perfect. It gave me instant confidence. So then the second time I was like, okay, well now I'm going to try to break it. Obviously, it's a demo bike. I'm going to try to break it. The first thing I do is break it. And I did. And I just whaled it. And when I whaled it, it balanced the bike out perfectly. It does have traction control system, ABS brakes, obviously. And the front wheel came up maybe a half an inch off the ground. And I just rocketed away from the line.
What would it do if you tried to neutral drop it?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, and I was about to ask, what
Slam
happens
it to
when
5,000
You said you were
RPMs,
trying to
smash
break it,
Well,
though.
what happens when you come to a stoplight? Do you have to find neutral, or does it just?
on the one that I was riding, you could literally smash it, like count down until the lever doesn't move anymore.
All the way to first.
And then you're there.
It would have been interesting. Leave it in fifth or something.
I did.
Yeah.
So that was the second thing I did was I pulled away from the light in fourth gear.
Yeah.
So I pulled away the light in fourth gear, and I was like, figure this out. And it
Riddle
did.
me this,
it was
Batman.
fine. It
Did it?
pulled
No.
away. What's that?
In fourth gear, it pulled away?
Yeah.
Okay.
I only downshifted twice. So I downshifted 2 times, and I downshifted 2 times and was at a dead stop 0. And I fed it the beans, and it went.
It just feathered it to the point that you could go.
Yeah, but dude, I mean, like that's
and it came up.
if you have like an old 4-wheeler or even like a CT90, if you have a kid that's trying to learn, you just stick it in third gear.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
To this point, this could kind of be a boon for training classes.
Of course. Yeah.
Over
Yeah, I think it's a great thing.
Countrywide.
And
I
think
will.
it's better
I will
than
comment
previous
on
systems.
squirrel whatever.
Yeah.
The garbage part of it might be this. Look at all those parts added extra.
Oh yeah.
And this, when I've seen it, is usually hanging off the side of the motor.
hanging off the right side of the
pretty
motor.
down low. So if you're putting that on like a trans help and you're going to go beat the fucker out of it, and this thing gets smashed, then, then what are you left with?
Well, you're going to have a
the
skid
good
plate
news
within
is
5 minutes.
the cable, I don't know if you can see in the pictures, but there's a blue cam in the middle of the operation. So the blue cam in the middle is where your clutch cable goes into. So this entire unit could be broken
Okay.
and it'll still shift. It'll still clutch.
That's good to know.
Because the blue cam that you see in the middle is still pushing on the clutch push-out. So it's still pushing on the pressure plate. So even if the electronics aren't working, the manual cable operated clutch is all still there.
Does anyone know, is this only being added to bikes with like throttle by wire?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not know. I couldn't tell you. My test ride proved to be that it was far more interesting and far better, easier to ride, or more rewarding to ride than the DCT was. And it also, when I would ride the bike like it had a normal clutch, it was completely invisible to me. I had no idea that this had this E-clutch involved. And I didn't know it had an E-clutch involved until I was like, okay, well, I shifted twice with my clutch like I should. And then I shifted, just smashed the lever, and it was fine.
It knows you grab the clutch lever,
Yeah.
so it just
Yeah.
turns all that off, and it's going to let you use the clutch.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
Remind me, for most modern cruise control systems, isn't throttle by wire kind of a requirement?
It depends on what it is.
Okay.
So the fly-by-wire makes the cruise control an obvious answer. You know, that because everything's there, you don't need to add anything to it.
Sure.
But even the Harley Davidson cruise control on my Springer is just an electronic servo that just grabs the freaking
locks.
throttle tube.
Yeah, that
That's
locks.
all it is. It's the dumbest thing in the world.
Well, it's a disc. It's like a
Yeah.
little tiny set of brake calipers. And on the inside, it has like a little, imagine a brake disc.
what
And
it
when
is.
you put the cruise control on, the calipers go,
Yeah. It
and
pinches
so
it.
you're going down the highway with this thing just, and you're like, I wonder if it's going to let go if I hit the old
Technically,
bell.
it is electronic.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's no more effective than having the screw knob on the bottom of my throttle assembly on every
But
other Harley.
I have
Right.
never
So, yeah.
feared a cruise control like that thing before in my life,
either.
man. It
Yeah,
is
it's the
so, it works
silliest thing.
great and it's never failed.
Right.
But it's still freaky as shit. And like, it's a Harley. So like, it never really stays at 1 RPM. It's always kind of creeping,
Yeah.
you know, until it hits maybe 90 and then it starts to get there, but then you don't want to be going.
You don't want to be going
Yeah,
90s, right? Exactly.
But this setup could be served well by being paired with.
Sure. I believe
Oh,
it
yeah, yeah,
probably would thrive in that environment. So
Right.
that's super cool. Yeah, I like that.
There'll be an e-clutch on just about everything. I mean, a Goldwing would be perfect. I mean, like,
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, and congratulations, the right team got it. So Honda pulled it.
Yeah.
Honda got it.
Marshall beat out his family and he joined us.
Oh, no Stranger Things promo.
Good job.
Right. Throttle lock is cruise control. So tonight, if nobody knew this already, one of the members of our podcast has logged considerably more miles in the past 3 weeks than anybody else at the podcast.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That was in the one day. It was 200.
Actually, I think we were talking about Pete. Trip. I mean, come on.
Sorry.
So, Pete, tell us a little bit about your adventure, because my God, man.
Well,
Oh,
we went to Ecuador. I
wait, why is there no?
That's all.
Fucking
I
sound
think we
guy.
announced that a couple weeks ago.
Right.
That was going. We were down there 10 days, 6 of which were on the bikes. We had 3 DR650s and 1 Yamaha T700. And we didn't really do that many miles. We only did about 800 miles over those 6 days. But they were long days. They were brutal days.
They were off-road miles.
Most of it was off-road, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say 80% of it was off-road.
Well, then those miles don't count as miles.
Right.
You have to triple those miles.
Yeah, it was hours in the saddle. And the weather was atrocious. We had like 45 to 50 degrees and rain. And when it wasn't raining, it was foggy or we were riding in clouds. We did get some sunshine. It wasn't miserable all the time. But I'm going to say at least half the miles, it was pretty bad conditions. But it was epic. It was adventurous. We got into some really squirrely situations. And we got into some places where one time we had to back out. We're like, we're not going to get off this mountain before dark. And
Wait, and
it's on
what?
the equator, so
I was about to say, and what mountain is this? It's
the Andes.
Okay.
The Andes mountain.
Yeah, an actual, the
like
real
the
mountain.
mints.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, they were filming Mentos commercials right down there.
But we flew into Quito. Quito's at 10,000 feet of elevation. And we went up from there. We were at 14.5, I think was the highest we ever went to. But we actually got down to sea level at one point. Even though we were nowhere near the sea, we were in like an inland valley somewhere. But you'd always have to climb these mountains, or these switchbacks, endless switchbacks on these. There were either these old Incan roads that were made like cobblestone, looked like the Appian Way in Italy or something, you know?
Wow.
Or else they were just mud paths, or sometimes they were like unimproved gravel roads or unimproved mud roads.
Wait, were you changing that elevation in one day? So like you were at
Sometimes.
11,000 down to zero.
Wow.
So what does that do to you, and what does that do to the bike?
The bikes were obviously set up. They lived there, and the Yamaha it didn't matter because it was fuel injected. But
Okay.
the Suzuki's, you know, when you're at elevation, you could feel they were losing some power, but they were jetted for where they lived, so they did pretty well.
What
Actually.
about you? I mean, that has to feel insane.
I got a prescription. I forget the name of the medicine. It's supposed to
Cowbell.
increase your red blood cell count, which enables you to carry more oxygen. So I was not affected by the altitude at all. And of the 4 of us who were down there, I don't think any of us, other than a minor headache on day 1 or day 2, we did fine with the elevation. Now, a couple times we had to lift those bikes, like up the side of a muddy hill when they went off the road. And you did feel it when you were working hard, like actually done physical labor to get the bikes back up the hill or something.
So you went, how many guys you said?
4 of us.
4 and then how was the skill level between you guys?
We were pretty well matched. I say, Dave Nolan, who lives here in Cleveland, I ride with him at least a couple times a year, a couple of trips. He and I ride really well together. Another guy's real skilled all-around rider. He does track days. He does trials riding. He's a little bit older he's 10 years older than the rest of us. But he did real well. He's a great rider. And then his son was with us, who's 40. And I'd never ridden with this guy before, but he fit right in. He was good.
Nice. Sleepy, why don't you throw this picture up for the folks at home so they can see it?
Yep, hold on a second.
These awesome high-speed roads that Pete's been riding around on for a while. Wow. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. We called this one Hell's Horseshoe. Which,
yeah.
You can't really see it here, but it's raining in this picture. And that's like red, slippery clay mud. And
every bit of it.
There's parts of that trail that were only about 18 inches wide. And what you can't see is on the downhill side, it is about a 400 to 500 feet drop. So you make one mistake, you're going to lose the bike, and you're probably going to go with it because there's no place to put your foot down if you go off that way. And I was hugging that wall side so tightly that at one point the handlebar was up against the wall, and I couldn't turn it the way I wanted to turn it. And I was like, I couldn't go forward, I couldn't go back, and it was dicey.
Yeah, because and literally, you can look at this picture as long as you want. You will not find flat anywhere in it. There is no flat in this picture.
Yeah, it looks like the grade is like 9.5%.
The best part of the road is at a 45-degree angle, pointing towards death.
Well, it's a good thing you only had to do it once.
Okay, so we went past this, and we got another like mile up the mountain, and it was all switchbacks, and it was raining and mud. And we had 30 more kilometers before the next turn on the GPS, which is almost 20 miles. And we're like, we're not going to make 20 miles of this.
Which is hours.
Hours and hours. We're going to run out of daylight. Because it gets light at 6 a.m., it gets dark at 6 p.m. It's on the equator every single day throughout the whole year. They have 12 hours of light, 12 hours of dark. And then at 6 o'clock, it gets dark fast. And it gets cold fast because you're at altitude, the sun goes down, it gets cold.
For sure.
So we said we're going to back out of this, and so we had to go through this Hell's Horseshoe a second time in the opposite direction.
Oh my god!
To make it back to.
Well, at least that time you were going backwards,
and that's probably. And that side, you're probably not. You only have one side that's scared of heights, right? So the other side's fine.
Yeah, well,
that looks like the whole fucking thing's ready to give way at any moment.
Yeah. That whole landslide was pretty fresh when we were there. That road had washed out.
Were you faster going back than you were going forward?
I would be.
Actually, no, because I think that the realization of the danger had set in at that point.
Yeah.
The first time I went through it kind of blind as to the danger, and I was a little cocky about it. And then the second time, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this again, man. It was scary as fuck.
So did you double check your life insurance before you went?
No.
He will next time.
Pete's wife's like, so when you going back?
Yeah, if you want to throw this one up, Sleepy, this is a pretty good one because it is just so vicious.
Wow.
Yeah. So, unbeknownst to me, Brett, who's on the bike in this picture, he's deathly afraid of heights. He didn't.
Oh, this is actual footage. I love it.
Yeah. So, his son's walking behind him, saying like, "Hey, I'm not gonna let you topple off the steep side here.
If you fall, I'm going to save the bike."
Right.
Yeah. Well, here's another thing down there. DR650 costs $16,000, which is more than twice what it costs here in the States. And so, having learned that when we were in the briefing before we took the bikes out, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll buy the insurance. I usually decline the insurance, figure I'll roll the dice, But when we were going through here, I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I bought the insurance because this thing is going to go over. I'm just going to try to let it go. But it might have taken me.
Well, he's literally hitting the cliff face with his handlebar end every 4 feet, every 5 feet. And it also, you can tell that it hasn't been dry in this place in a good long time.
Right.
So everything in this whole existence is trying to go down.
Yeah.
Like Sean.
Were these rated bikes?
Yeah, these are DR650s. This bike right here is a DR650. But
holy smokes!
Yeah,
yeah, that is
what kind of tires did they have?
They had good Motoz knobbies on them.
Okay,
so I had no complaints with the tires whatsoever. The Tenere 700 had a different tire on it, and it was loading up. in the mud.
Really?
How was that bike? Did you enjoy the 700?
Well, no, I was on one of the 650s. But,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, it's kind of a dinosaur, like a tractor, it's like, but they're dependable and they're rugged, and it was a perfect bike for that environment.
Yeah. There is the next video is one of somebody who's not perpetually shitting his pants the entire way. And what I got to say is this guy's doing it fast, and it's not fast. It's still terrifying. There goes Speedy Pete. He's running. He's getting his cardio in. Yeah.
Wait, were you pooping?
He's taking a little time out for
the drawers up there.
10-200. Oh, there's the Tenere. There's the Super T.
Where?
The guy the bike's riding.
Oh, Phil's screen.
Yeah, on my screen. If you blow it up.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. If you press it's the Sleepy's magic button.
I know, but I had it in picture-in-picture.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
So yeah, if you show that. Yeah, I mean, that's like a little help to your friends right there, man, because it is so.
I probably couldn't have crossed
slippery.
that bridge. I would have been like, nope.
Oh man, yeah. He nerfed his handlebars into the wall.
Right?
Yeah, right. You're like, yeah, get away from the wall. Fuck you.
Right?
Yeah, get away from the wall. No, you get away from the wall. Yeah.
At what point did you just point it down and go down the hill?
Right, you could have used used the hill as a banking.
Yeah. Problem is that hill just doesn't end in 20 feet. Right?
Like I said, that was like 400 or 500 feet down.
Right.
There's another.
It goes all the way to Middle Earth,
where we were like up higher than this, and we were looking back down.
Oh man!
If only one of the guys that went with you had a drone.
Oh, if only.
That would have been cool.
Yeah. Right.
You can see he's about to be free and clear here, except for that last spot where the gravel is.
Sure.
It was the road was falling away a little bit there, and
a little bit, not much to follow.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the entire section behind you looks like it fell away yesterday.
Right there, that dude is feeling so good.
He's feeling
He just
great.
got a rush. It was almost like a fucking orgasm.
Yeah, because when you look at the camera shot, because you don't even want to walk on that shit, let alone ride on it.
No. Oh my word!
Oh, because how come you didn't just go down the hill? Well, there's a reason. Because everything that goes down that hill dies.
The drop even from that section right there.
That's awful. Oh. Yeah, that's straight up awful.
I'm just glad there's people doing this. Because I don't know that I want to,
No,
but
I
I
don't
want
want
to know that someone is.
Yeah. Moyne can tell me a million times about how great, it's great. It's so much awesome. But sure it is. Yeah, that's great.
That's where he pooped.
This is this right here. This is one of my favorite images that they posted up. Is when somebody has to draw an arrow so you can see the road. that's not great.
Go ahead, Pete.
So this is close to the turnaround point where we determined we couldn't make it any further. And then that's where the arrow's pointing is the part that we just showed.
Oh, so that's where the truck stop was.
Yeah.
Get off, stretch your legs a little bit.
But you can see how the cloud bank's coming down.
Yeah.
So the cloud bank was typically 1,000 meters. So when you come into it, you go through switchback till you climb 1,000 meters. You get above it. But 1,000 meters when you're going switchback, that's a lot of switchbacks.
That's a lot of switchbacks.
You could ride in those switchbacks for 3 or 4 hours.
Damn.
And just be in clouds. And you couldn't even see like the tail light of the guy in front of you.
Wow.
And I rode more in Ecuador in that 1 week with 0 eye protection than I've ridden in the last 20 years. Because you couldn't wear glasses. They would get just covered in moisture. You couldn't have your shield down. It would fog inside and out. So I just took to riding with no eye protection whatsoever, which was the path of least resistance as far as like danger and being able to operate the bike, because you couldn't operate the bike if you couldn't see. And
You just didn't have a choice.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think with the 800-foot fall, eye protection's pretty low on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going fast enough. The bugs, you could be like, hey, move.
But actually, there was no bugs there. That was kind of weird. I thought that, I'd taken a head net to keep bugs off me, and I'd taken mosquito repellent, and I even brought flash water. I'm like, because I just envisioned being in my room at night and bugs flying all around. I didn't see any bugs.
Nothing.
So
Zero.
there's a few of our listeners, because I know the type. Can you explain where the equator is to the flat earthers that are listening?
Yeah, I did bring a picture up of that so that people could understand. For the people who are the flat earthers out there, they did take a really cool picture at the equator. So here they are. Was that Intignon?
Is there a big dotted line there?
There is actually.
Okay.
I actually laid my cell phone out there, and I was like at 000 in like 4 seconds. So I was off just ever so slightly. But
now, did you do did they have the water on both sides of it, and does it go backwards or some shit?
The toilet trick?
They did have all that, and it's all kind of a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
It really is. It has to do with which way they pour the water into the basin, and there's like residual motion in it. And if you think about it too, right? If you're right on the equator and you go 3 feet to either side of it, the effect is going to be very minimal. Now, maybe when you get miles and miles away on either side, there's some effect, but
I mean, this hotel is magnificent. This looks really good. Did this come with heat?
This one was nice. These had fireplaces in the room. We went to dinner, and they said, "Would you like a fire in your room?" We all had individual cabins, and then when we got back to our cabins after dinner, they'd stoked a fire in there. So you went in there. But here's this. I've traveled all over the world, right? And something I've never encountered before that they had at this hotel. They had a hot water bottle in the bed, like between your blanket and your pillows, and it was covered in like a stuffed animal, thing. So I'm like, I get into bed, I pull the covers back, and I'm like, what the fuck is this in my bed? And it's just like
surprise.
It's just hot water.
You're gonna free chinchilla.
I laid down on the pillow and like the warm pillow on the back of my neck. And then I took that hot water bottle and I put it down by my feet. I'm like, this is a game changer.
This is a game changer.
and then he started to rub its back, and then he,
then he discovered his very first bed monkey.
In conclusion, Pete is now a furry.
Guilty's charged.
Oh man.
No, it was really
it changes,
cool.
yeah.
Well, that's funny. I'm dating a neck massager I got from Amazon right now. It's fucking amazing, dude. I'm taking it out for dinner next
Pete,
week.
do you want to say something about one of these pictures?
Well, that you said it looks like a really nice hotel. That was the first place we stayed, and that place was just about
it's super fancy.
North of Quito. Mm-hmm. And you could probably get there on the highway in 40 minutes from Quito.
Okay.
It took us 4 or 5 hours to get up there. Jeez. But it's on a lake. And there's some there's the lake.
Yeah. Big, beautiful lake. Yeah.
Big fancy boats on the lake, or not big fancy, but like speed boats, like nice boats. And then, so I envision it as people of means from Quito, they go up there for the weekend, basically, have lake houses and boats and whatnot. But we stayed at that nice resort there, and the grounds were nice. The restaurant was great.
Is that your bike?
It's
probably Dave's bike.
I think that's the one Dave rode. Yeah.
Yeah, the yellow one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly this company knows exactly what they're doing. Yeah.
Dave had a little bit of problems with his bike, but his had like 50,000 miles on it, I think. It was like 80,000 kilometers or something.
Still inside warranty.
Right.
Mine only had about 10,000 miles on it, and something broke on the rear subframe, like supporting the license and the rear turn signals and whatnot. Pinched a wire and blew the main fuse. So like he was going up a hill like on day 3, and the bike just like shut off, like dead shut off. Oh. So we had to pull over beside the road, and we had to take all the bags off, take the seat off, the tank off, the side covers, and everything. We finally found the blown fuse. We stick another fuse in, it blows immediately.
Right. So you put a 200 amp fuse in.
Yeah. Well, we started like snaking wires and trying to figure out what was pinched, and we found like where it was pinched, and then ended up putting all we had was a 25 amp fuse. It was supposed to have a 30. We put 25 amp. That didn't blow. And then we're like, well, if I'll crank with that, we're going to be golden. And it cranked, it started, and we didn't have a problem with it for the rest of the week. So
fantastic.
That was really the only problem we had. My bike surged a couple times, and there was no rhyme or reason why it did it, but it happened 4 or 5 separate times where the bike would almost seem like it was passing some dirt through the carburetor or something. It would just like falter when you give the beans. It would pull itself steady, but it wouldn't pull if you really, like I said, try to pass somebody or something. But other than that, the bikes ran flawlessly. We didn't have any other problems.
I find it interesting that the non-drinker is pushing the fucking Jello shots. You're trying to like spice up the podcast
real hard, yeah.
I see where you're going with this.
I promised people some cursive.
Right, to get some cursive. Yeah.
Hey, Petey, talk about the traffic situation down there.
Oh, the traffic. Okay. So getting out of Quito, it was a Tuesday, and we had to take some highway road up till we got to that Equator Museum. And then once we got out there, left there, we started going on the trails and stuff. But in traffic, it's crazy. There's no like lane discipline whatsoever. There's like 2 marked lanes, but they treat it as like 4 lanes. And there's potholes everywhere. There's speed bumps everywhere. There's people selling stuff in the street. Like if you come to a stoplight, people come out. They're selling you like lollipops and cotton candy.
Did they offer to bead your beard?
No, they didn't. But you know what? I didn't see anybody down there with like facial hair. It was weird. It's like people were like looking at me like
fucking Santa Claus came.
Yeah, and then didn't see nobody smokes in Ecuador. I didn't see anybody smoking anywhere.
Really?
Nothing?
No, the elevation's too high.
Nothing. No.
No, I'm not going.
And then even drinking, like you don't see people drinking at all. It's a
You're not looking hard enough.
Interesting society. It really is.
Well, I mean, if it's maybe it's beautiful, and then you just get high on life.
High on life, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But you were saying that people are coming the wrong way, and
Yeah. So 2 marked lanes, but they treat it as like 4, and then there's dogs in the road. There's people selling stuff. There's people on bicycles going with traffic. People on bicycles going against traffic. And then if you get caught out after dark, which we did at one point because it was a scheduling error on the part, they sent us to the wrong hotel basically. But anyhow, we had to do like this. I called it running the gauntlet. It was Saturday night, and we had to go about an hour and 15 minutes to a different hotel across what I would call like a major road. It wasn't a highway, but it was like a major thoroughfare. I went through 3 or 4 different towns, and it's like everybody was out, like families in cars, like guys with a girl on the back of their motorcycle. Again, people on bicycles, but people will be coming at you in your lane with their high beams on, and you're like, where do I go? Because it's like there's no rhyme or reason to it. And then there's people, they're going your same direction, but they don't have red taillights on their car. They have white taillights.
Oh, jeez.
So it looks like they're coming at you.
Oh, man.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was so disoriented. And then people with like yellow lights on the car, people with red and blue lights on the car, like you think like a cop or something.
Anything goes.
Absolutely anything goes. Anything. And it was really disorienting. And there'd be people like hugging the yellow line. They're going 20 miles an hour. And then there'd be rickety racer on the curb lane going, 80 miles an hour. And the traffic was insane on that Saturday night. And the town we had to go to where our hotel was like 175,000 people. So it was a sizable town. That was the biggest town we were in all week outside of Quito. And the town was kind of sketchy. And we get there at 7 o'clock at night or something, and we finally find the hotel. And then they had a locked gate where you had to park your bikes, and then there's a parking lot attendant and stuff. So once we were in, we're like, whew, man, it just feels good to be off the bike right now. And then
I can feel the tension. I'm like, yeah.
yeah. And then we ate at the restaurant at the hotel. They were telling us, you got to go out to this Chinese restaurant. It's the best Chinese restaurant in all of Ecuador.
What a hearty recommendation.
I'm like, F you. Oh, there was like a notable Chinese population in that city. It was Otavalos.
Okay.
And the place is supposed to be famous. And I'm like, F you. I mean, at the hotel. And the food at the hotel was good. So, but there's no way was I getting back out on the bike or taking a taxi or anything else.
Don't get off the boat.
Don't get out of the boat. Exactly.
That's what it felt like. Yeah.
And then it's also like you're having 2 levels of separation from like your native food source, and then you're going, okay, I'm going to have an alternative to the native food source. It's already risky. So then you're throwing your American stomach at somebody else's interpretation of Chinese with the Ecuador palate of what food's available. Yeah. It does seem like you're increasing or doubling the likelihood of a foodborne illness.
How are the salads?
I ate no salad all week.
I don't blame you.
0. I ate nothing. The only thing I ate that was fresh was like peeled. I'd eat bananas. I would eat avocados. I would eat some melon. But nothing that had to be washed.
Things that came in their own packaging.
When we went to Mexico, my uncle said, tell them no lettuce, no tomato. Sin tomate, sin to lechuga.
Talk about Brett's son.
As far as
the picture.
I'm going to go ahead and throw a picture up here right now. Sleepy, if you want to go and throw it up for the folks at home.
He went off.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, so that's myself on the left, obviously, and then Brett. And it's Brett's son with the flannel shirt, and then Dave Nolan in the climb gear there.
So the rest of ZZ Top shaved off all their beards.
Yeah, that's it.
But I think this is just north of Quito. So we got to Quito 2 days early because we wanted to acclimate to the altitude before we jumped on the bikes and went. So we did like a little touristy sightseeing stuff. We took a cable car to the top of this mountain just outside of Quito. It was like a ski lift. And then we hiked around up there a little bit, but you could look down on the valley where Quito was. And Quito is like 1.7 million people. It's a sizable town, obviously.
What do they export or import, or what do they do there? Give me the data.
None of your business.
Coffee. Coffee's a big export.
Okay, for sure.
Chocolate. Coffee, chocolate, bananas. Forget what else.
Coffee?
As far as, did I say coffee right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. As far as like industry and stuff, I really don't know what like major industry they have there, but a lot of agricultural stuff for sure. Yeah.
So tell a story about Brett's son who screamed in the.
Oh, yeah. So we're on one of these mountain passes.
Phil, you may or may not have the photo. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
There's one picture where his bike's like upside down off of a cliff.
I didn't get that one.
All you can see is like the back tire sticking out.
Oh, really?
But so we were going down this trail, and we went over a log that was about 12 inches in diameter, I'm going to say. And 3 of us got over it fine, and he was the last one. Well, he went over it, and it kicked the bike sideways a little bit. So when he came off the downside of the log, his front wheel went off the side of the cliff. And,
oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and then he was nose down. And the only thing that was holding the bike from going about 300 feet down was it was laying on the saddlebag, which had caught like a clump of earth.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And he's got no...
And his view is just your future.
Yeah.
Right.
So when we're going there, we've got the Senna mesh communicators, and there was like a blood curdling, like, oh my God, I'm listening to someone go to
this is the last thing you're ever going to hear from him.
And then he says, we're going to need everybody up here.
Yeah, you're going to need everybody up here.
We all had to park our bikes and walk back up the hill. And
yeah, I sent it to you guys.
All right.
And then he forgets about the thing, and he's like, I think I pooped my pants.
I think I did.
I shipped my pants.
Yeah, so we get back up to where his bike is, and he's got no footing where he's standing. He's like by the front wheel, and his head is like level with like our feet where we're standing, like on the trail above him, maybe even below. And we're like, how are we going to get his bike back up the hill? And we didn't have any recovery straps with us, which was a dumb move on our part. And I told the guy we rented the bike from, I was like, you should really send these things out with some recovery straps.
Yes, you should.
I didn't give him the details. I didn't show him the picture.
Right.
Or anything. I was like, there was one point where we could have used a tow strap. You know,
wouldn't be a bad idea.
When that bike broke down, we could have towed it.
And a helicopter. A helicopter would be a good idea too. Set him up with a helicopter.
There's
I'm not
a
saying
little
anything
greasy
happened,
mud
but a
spot we had to
helicopter
pull somebody through.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
So I go through my packs, and I had a couple like lashing straps that were only 5 feet long, maybe, and they weren't made for hauling a bike. They were made for like tying a bag to your bike, but they were 1-inch webbing straps, and I tied like a leash around one end, so it was like a dog leash handle kind of thing. We looped the other end around the bike, and with all of our might, all 4 of us, we managed to get that Yamaha back up onto the trail.
Damn.
Wow. But it took about, I'm going to say it took half an hour, and we actually had to soften the edge of the cliff because the bike wouldn't roll over it. So we found a piece of bamboo that was actually shaped like a shovel. It was like split lengthwise, and we dug out the edge and made like a ramp to drag the bike back up.
Wow.
And but we're doing this up there with like, we're all gassed because we're at
you have no air
elevation, right? Can't breathe. And we're scared shitless.
Yeah. Oh, you're terrified.
And it's
By the
raining.
way.
And it's raining. And we're standing in the mud.
And everything you stand on slips.
And the soles of my boots are falling off. So
Whoa.
yeah.
Let's talk about that.
So my one boot had fallen apart last June when I was down in Tennessee, and I just got some shoe glue and I glued it back together, whatever. I think, oh, whatever, it's fine now. Well, no, that boot fell apart, and now the other boot's falling apart. So I had to take some other lashing straps and put them around my feet so
your soles would stay on.
To keep the soles of my boots. Right? It was like a comedy of errors. It really was. But it was a great adventure, and it was fun, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. But I would go
10 heartbeats.
Prepared a little bit differently.
So I was going to ask you that. That was going to be my next question, because it sounds like this wasn't the easiest ride you've ever had.
No, it wasn't.
And when we talked to you during last week's podcast, we had a brief discussion with you on the phone, and you said that the road you had ridden that day, which was up until that point the hardest day of riding you've ever had in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, then you said the day after that was the day you really had to make some miles.
Yep.
Now, when you were in fact talking to us and you said that was the hardest day of riding of your life, did it get easier or did it get harder?
The next day, the riding was harder, but we also tapped out because we said we're going to get stuck on this mountain after dark, and we don't want that to happen.
Right.
Because it was dangerous enough when you can see what you're doing. And we're like, if we're up here at dark, it's going to go bad. Something really bad is going to happen. So let's let discretion be the better part of valor here, and let's back out of this and get back to a road. And even getting back to the road, then we can't go over the mountain. We had to go down the valley, like around, and come up another valley to get back to Quito that same day.
Yeah.
And the bikes had to be turned in at 6. The place closed at 6. We made it back at 5.
Jeez.
So if
So you used it all.
Yeah, we did. We used it
Wow.
all, 100%.
That's really something, because when we talked to you and you said that was and you've done so much riding, for you to say that was the hardest day of riding you've ever had, and then it also sounded like what you were explaining to us for the next day was going to be, according to the trip, a harder day.
Yep. That was supposed to be the hardcore day, right?
So do you think that what would have changed that trip would have been the weather?
Yeah, I don't know if
made the trip more enjoyable?
I don't know if the weather that we experienced was the norm or the exception.
Right.
But I can't imagine that it could have gotten much worse because it was between 45 and 50 degrees and you were wet. And I did have an electric bib on. The other guys didn't have that. And that took the edge off. It really did. It kept me it kept my core warm to a certain degree. So some of the other guys were bordering on hypothermia. And they're like, I just can't do this. We'd have to stop and change clothes or whatever a couple times. But yeah, it was tough sledding for sure. It
really sounds like it.
Do you remember when I brought that thing up probably about a month or two ago when I showed you guys that ridiculous ad that was like, we're not the normal tour.
Oh yeah, we're the tough guys, right? This is going to be a
we're
terrible
going to take
tour.
you out and kick your ass.
Right.
I think Pete accidentally signed up for
He did.
it.
He didn't
They
know
just
he was
changed
signing
the
up for it.
marketing, yeah.
Right. But I'm sure now if he goes on the one that's like, we can't promise you 4-star hotels.
We can't promise you to come
promise you
back.
bikes that run.
Yeah.
But we're going to promise you male bonding through shared horrible experiences. Like that was their whole marketing shtick about their entire thing.
And if anybody makes fun of this, that's because they're a pussy.
Anybody that was in that group and send them with Pete on that trip.
Yeah.
And then see how they rate it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, see what they think.
Because they paid a whole lot of money to be miserable.
You know what I hear every time somebody markets, like the algorithm gives me those things. Oh, you're going to be fucking the ultimate fucking alpha male riding a motorcycle bullshit.
You need the new bearskin hoodie.
Do you know what I personally hear?
Yep.
I'm going to be the asshole that has to fix that crap.
Right. Yeah.
Also, if you see anything that says semen retention journey, run away.
Semen retention journey.
Run away.
What is that?
Sean, Jesus Christ.
I'd like you to know that when I worked at Long John Silver's in high school.
Where is this even going?
I achieved the rank of seaman first class.
Yeah. Yep. He was in charge of all the tartar sauces.
So, Pete, did you ever fear for your life while you're out there?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever fear for your life?
Fuck you. Listen to this.
Unequivocally, yeah, 100%. Yeah, when we were on the side of that Hell's Horseshoe,
Yeah.
For sure.
death was a consequence if you made a mistake there.
Right.
Yeah. One wrong move.
Yeah. If it didn't kill you, you probably would have been wishing you were dead because you would have been so beat up by the time you stopped rolling.
No, there's no way. Yeah. Right. Surviving that. And then the worst thing is your friends got to come and get you.
There would
No, they're
Or
not.
not.
That's what the airlift is for.
Now, the section where the other guy's bike went over the edge, how wide was the trail at that point?
about the same. It was about 18 inches, maybe 24 inches. It was pretty narrow.
I think that's going to be my new rule for motorcycle adventures. At any point is the trail narrower than my motorcycle.
Right. Or the handlebars.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like I treat the world like a cat's whiskers. If my whiskers don't fit through, I'm not going.
Phil, we've talked about this.
Jazzy Nads, that's just normal.
We've talked about this. If there's not an all-inclusive involved
It's
in
exactly
the motorcycle ride, why the fuck are we on this?
Right. If I don't have at least a lazy river at the end of every ride.
Ooh, good choice. Good choice.
I think they played just a tip with us. Because
Oh, no.
The first night we stopped, we were in those little cabins, really nice meal,
Beautiful.
on the lake, and
Right.
they were like, "Wow, this is gonna be nice."
This is going to be great.
And then the The second day we're riding in the rain all day. We get to a hotel. It's freaking cold. It's like 40 degrees, and there's
And you're soaked.
and we're soaked. Yeah, everything. Boots are soaked. Gore-Tex boots, gloves, everything's just soaked. Riding gear.
And that's the night that one person had a heater.
Yeah, you're right. There was no heat in the hotel. In the basement, there was like a common room that had a fireplace, and then upstairs, where the sleeping accommodations were, nothing. You're in this like cold, like it reminded me of like a cell block or something.
Which you slept in.
Yeah, of course I did. Right, but there was a lot of blankets on the bed, and I took a hot shower, and I got under the blankets, and I stayed warm. But I didn't want to get out of that bed in the morning because you're right back on that cold floor.
That was like Vegas. Remember?
And my gear didn't dry out because it was
The room wasn't able to dry your gear out.
correct. Yeah.
Now, in all the riding you've done, was this the narrowest like trails you've done at that elevation?
At that elevation, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done like stuff out in the Rockies where there were some narrow sections here and there, and elevation. You're going up and down and stuff. But for consistently like slimy, like sketchy roads, this was it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what does it for me. That's my point where I'm like, when I see the Shimshaw Valley and like all that stuff that they're talking about. Oh, this is great. When I see that, and I see that the road or the path or the goat trail, the ass of the antelope trail or whatever the hell you're on, and I see that is narrower than the motorcycle single track, then I got to go, okay, well, that's not for me because a mistake happens and I become twice as wide as I was 5 seconds ago.
That's what Ryan Hegdahl's saying right here.
Yeah, right there. Single track is fun until you start riding the double diamond single track that has consequences for missing line. Yeah, shit.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I think we need to change the rating system from like diamond and double diamond to fractions of handlebar width.
Right. This is a 0.6 handlebars.
So what happens?
right.
What happens if you had a guy like me that's an excellent rider, but got to that and said, "Nope, fucking way am I going down this with a motorcycle"?
Yeah.
Well, then you just have to like navigate your way out of it. You have to say like, I'm going to go backtrack till I find a road, and I'm going to take a road.
You're going to push your
Okay.
motorcycle
Roads go
backwards.
between towns.
So there was a way around. You just didn't have the time, or
Yeah, like the 30 kilometers going over the mountain through switchbacks and mud and who knows what else, or 200 kilometers going all the way around the mountain. Right. It's
I'll take the 2.
Yeah, me too.
yeah. I don't know if I do.
Where's that lazy river?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, Pete was sending me these photos, and I'm sitting on my couch at home, stressing out, just
Sweating.
looking at them.
I believe it.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, what is this?
I think this feeds into the Blanco Garcia plan of
exactly.
riding around Cancun and then going back.
Yeah, that's exactly. We're going to tour the hotel district of Cancun. Yeah, right, yeah.
Another point, we came to a river, and the bridge is obviously missing, where you could see where like the abutments were on either side of it, but they're building a new bridge, and there was one of those like bamboo suspension bridges right beside it, and we're like, I'm not riding across that fucking thing. We looked at it, it has like wooden planks on the bottom of it, so
That's where you draw the line.
Maybe not.
we thought about going through the river. No, it was moving too fast, and the rocks were too big. The rocks were like
You learned about that last time.
Yeah, well, the rocks were the size of basketballs, and I'm like, yeah, I got to try to ride across that. And so we started paralleling the river, looking for another bridge. Well, it became apparent that wasn't going to work out, so we backtracked again to where the bridge was out initially, and now there's some locals there, and we asked these guys, like, hey, is it safe to ride the motos across the bridge there? And these guys are like, yeah, no problem. Yeah. Sure. Let me call my buddies. They're going to want to see this, And the guy says, just make sure you do it one at a time. Don't put two motorcycles
Hold on a
the
second.
bridge.
A DR650
Yeah.
with an American on it.
Yep.
Okay,
400,
we're talking 600
plus
plus.
the weight.
Right.
You're probably
So we're talking 700
pounds.
pounds.
Yeah.
That's like 5 Ecuadorians.
Yeah.
Right? So if you think that's 5 Ecuadorians and you've never seen 5 Ecuadorians crossing that bridge holding hands, you stay off that fucking bridge. Find 5 Ecuadorians, make them
do
hold
it
hands,
for
and
ya.
cross the bridge in front of you. Maybe a goat or a donkey with them, just to throw a good
Well, they
measure.
didn't have to, because right before that, the banana truck drove across it. I saw that footage.
Yeah, clearly the banana truck worked out fine. Yeah.
I'm going to just erase the suspense here and say, we went across the bridge.
Yeah, you did. Of course
So
you
wait,
did.
how wide was this thing? And it was made out of bananas?
The bridge is about as wide as the bridge is about as wide as this table here. It's, like,
It's made of banana skins.
3.5 to 4 feet wide.
The bridge sounds like the least sketchy part of most of this adventure.
I folded my mirrors in because I didn't want my mirrors to catch one of the cables.
Right.
And like,
Yeah, for sure.
Or
Oh, yeah.
something, you know? And Nolan went across it first, and he like lost his momentum like when he went down to the belly of the bridge. So he's trying to get the bike going again.
Yeah.
And it was like the Tacoma Narrows Bridge, like the Galloping Gertie. It starts swaying and then starts getting this like wave motion.
Oh.
That the more he went, the worse it was getting.
And was he slipping during? Was it still slipping on it during the way?
He wasn't really slipping, but he was like, it was throwing him off balance for
It's
sure.
a bridge that's made for people. A motorcycle could break it.
Yeah.
I mean, the function of a motorcycle, like a tire being the motive power instead of somebody's
could you
like
platypus
leather
it or no?
shoes or rubber shoes.
You could have, but when it came my turn to do it, I'm like, okay, steady is the way to go.
Right.
here.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I just like got a speed and kept the speed.
Consistency.
And
Get up on the bow plane.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Exactly. What it was
Well,
like.
yeah, you got to do that. You ever go on a floating bridge?
Yes.
Yeah.
Get up on the bow plane.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
literally just,
yeah.
Right. Keep the front part higher than where you are, and you're probably going to be
Yeah,
okay.
you get that wave underneath it, and you got to
The second
stay on
you
it.
stop,
Yeah.
it's all coming back at you.
Yep.
It's not gonna be
The
pretty.
worst part is the guy chasing behind you, trying to get your heart. With the whole, Adam Shiva.
Nolan told a funny story because again we had the intercoms, and he just got there and he's just like plow straight ahead. He's going across the bridge, not like a lot of discussion.
Right,
He said he wanted to go across before he had too much to think about it and whatever.
Yeah, that seems like an
He
old
said
move.
the rest of us are like talking about like, hey, did you see that? Whatever. He said the rest of us are having like small talk, and he said he could hear his own heartbeat in his helmet. And he said he wanted to just tell us, hey, you guys shut the fuck up,
Dude, at least you guys weren't like fucking forgetting that you had it on, and you're like thinking you're just talking between yourself, like he's totally gonna fucking fall. Look at this! Oh, here it comes! Get the camera ready.
You're gonna die.
He's gonna eat shit
gonna
right
die,
here.
yeah.
Oh man.
Speaking of eating shit, we all crashed at least 2 times.
Okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say, well, my first crash was we were going down like a 2-lane road in the jungle, and there were just like 2 gravel paths with a grass strip in between, and I went to hop from one lane over to the other lane, and I got thrown off my line a little bit where I didn't want to be, so I ran wide off the road to the left-hand side. Well, I thought it was a grass strip over there too. No, there was a rain gutter cut in there.
Oh, get out of here!
2 foot deep. The whole front wheel goes into this like rain gutter, and the bike just came to a dead stop.
Yeah.
And I just stepped off of it because the bike
Because the bike's 2 feet lower than it's supposed to be.
It was like the handlebars were like knee high at that point.
It was like you'd gone into a streetcar track.
It was deep. I mean, it was the whole front wheel was in it, and I was like, man, I could have broke my leg had it just. Like, I don't know. I lifted my foot when it went in, just like instinct or something. But if your leg would have been down in that hole and the foot peg or something would have went against it, it would have snapped your leg in a second.
It's really weird when you look at a map, when you look at an actual map of planet Earth and you see where you were in relationship to things you know about. You guys, I'm sure, narcos or whatever, the Medellin cartels, the Cali cartels. Well, look at where he was in relationship or in comparison. There's Quito right there, right? And when we think about like, oh, we're going to go, we're going to do some shit in Costa Rica. Well, there's Costa Rica way the hell up there. I mean, way the hell up there. When you start thinking about, oh yeah, Panama City, etc., that's still a long fucking way of where you were. I mean, you are at the goddamn equator.
Yeah, how many Greyhounds did it take to get down there?
Actually, the flight getting down there was super easy. We flew to Atlanta, which was like 2-hour flight maybe, and then
they made him walk through the Darien Gap first.
Right,
that was the first thing he had to do. Yeah.
But the flight from Atlanta down to Quito was only like 5 hours.
Yeah. It's funny that you're still basically in the same time zone.
Yeah.
That's the crazy
Like you're
part.
flying right down.
Yeah. You're like, well, we're not that far from home.
What's the equivalent longitude in the U.S.?
We looked this up, like Charlottesville.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it's
Virginia or something.
Yeah, it kind of looks like you're right through the middle of North Carolina, Virginia.
Yep.
Maybe Western New York even.
Altoona, Pennsylvania, I think was maybe.
Yeah.
Somewhere there.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's disturbing. That's what, we joke that we're like, oh, we're going to go to La Paz because we don't even have to change our time. Like, it's going to become that kind of a deal. But it's really...
You can only go there in the spring. Come on.
But it is a crazy thing because that part of the world has never been on my radar for being, hey, we should go ride motorcycles there.
Well, I was in Colombia 10 years ago,
right?
2016. Colombia is a lot sketchier than Ecuador.
Yeah.
Ecuador, aside from like the big cities where you're always going to find some riffraff,
Right.
the countryside, the people were overly friendly and helpful. Ever did we feel like threatened or challenged or it was
In Ecuador.
in Ecuador. I can't say the same about Colombia.
It said that the chief export of keto was oil.
Oil, really?
It did, and I was like, that seems weird that for where it's located.
Drill, baby.
P. Diddy's like, yeah, well,
But it did say coffee and everything else too. So it was. I thought that was really weird that when I did a search of it, it said petroleum, bananas, shrimp, gold, cut flowers. Those are all things that are, other significant sources obviously are cocoa, processed fish, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So
We went by giant rose farms.
Yeah.
But that was a Sunday. That was the day we were going back to keto, and they were closed that day. But they said you could stop and get like a tour of these like roses, and you could buy roses and have them sent home for like pennies on the dollar.
Wow.
But
yeah.
it didn't come into play whatsoever.
No.
And you guys, and obviously you didn't take advantage of the thriving gold market there.
No.
No. That's it.
But back to the gas. So they sell gas by the gallon there, not by the liter,
Mhm.
and it's the same price it is here in the States.
Is it? Yeah.
Roughly $3.
Well, you're right next door to Venezuela.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So $3
Pick up
a
on
gallon. But we took a lot of taxis down there too, and they don't run off the meter. And you could get so from the Quito airport into the city is about a 40-minute cab ride. It was $25.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
that's a cheap cab ride.
That is a cheap
Reasonable,
cab
yeah.
ride.
And then when we were in Quito, if we wanted to go just across town, it would be $5, $6, maybe $8. I think is the most we paid to go anywhere, and that would be like a 25-minute cab ride.
That's hard to argue getting your gear on and jumping back on the bike and dealing with parking your bike when you get there.
Right.
So much better to jump in a cab and see see things locally.
How
in
were
the cab.
restaurants and things? Did you go out to eat or anything? Or?
We did. We went out quite a bit. When we were in Quito there for the 2 days before we got on the bikes, we stayed in a place, I guess it was like the Manhattan area of Quito. It was like a lot of high-rise stuff. And Shakira was in town when we were there.
Oh, really?
She was playing 4 nights when we were there.
Chicken.
Like
Wow.
a block from where our hotel was.
Wow. Okay.
The hotel that on the tail end of the trip after Shakira had left town, the room was $80. It was like a 4-star hotel.
Really?
When Shakira was in town, though, that same room was $200.
Yeah, of course.
So, but it was. I'm not like a Shakira fan. Like
Sure.
Her music. I mean, I'm a Shakira fan, of course, but I don't care for her music too much. But you could hear it from our hotel room, wherever she was playing nearby there.
It was
and
close.
The people were like just batshit crazy. Like there's
Yeah.
people all over the place.
For sure.
So the restaurants were hopping. There was crowds out all hours of the day and night, plenty of restaurants to choose from. So we ate a lot of Ecuadorian fare. But then we went to an Italian place one night, and we went to
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there was like the neighborhood we were in. There was like a Papa John's pizza and a Chili's or something.
Get out of here! Really?
Not that we were going to go there. Oh, there was another place that was called Fucking Tasty.
Really?
I might have taken a chance on fucking tasty.
Yeah, I took a picture of it, but I think it was like a burger joint. I didn't eat any burgers the whole time I was there. I did have I had beef quite a bit, like Argentina beef, which was good, and then I had the best ceviche I've ever had in my life. Was really good. That's one of their big deals down there. And
What is that?
Ceviche?
Raw fish or shrimp. I like the shrimp version myself.
Like usually kind of cured in like citrus juice, like lemon.
Exactly. Yep.
It's like
one of the things
cold cooking it.
Yeah, exactly. They cook it in the acid.
Raw
The one thing
fish.
they had there was called leche de tigre, which is the tiger
Milk of the
milk.
tiger.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, well, what the hell is it? And it was some kind of like lemon, lime, citrus marinade that they put in the ceviche. It was real good. It was kind of spicy.
Sounds delicious.
But it looked like frothy milk.
Cool.
I forget. Pete, are you a coffee drinker?
Oh, yeah.
Did you have some of the local fare?
Yeah, the coffee was just good coffee. I wouldn't say it was like I didn't go to like any fancy coffee bars, but I mean at breakfast when they served us coffee it was good. The one place we went though, I went there. They were going to serve us breakfast at like 7:00, so I like to have coffee before breakfast. So I go over to the kitchen like at 6, and I stick my head back in the kitchen. I'm trying to talk to the lady in my broken Spanish, and I said, "Hey, is it possible I can get some coffee?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure." She had this like open cauldron of boiling water that she just put the grounds right into it, and then like strained it out, ran it through like 2 strainers, and she gives me a cup of coffee.
Wow.
Yeah,
it was
for
good,
sure.
It was real good.
Simple and effective.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
And she didn't have to follow the monkey around for a week.
Oh my word.
So yeah, the coffee was good. Breakfasts were good. Dinners were interesting. Sometimes it was a set menu, like at a restaurant, like a hotel we stayed at, and sometimes you could order right up whatever you wanted off the menu, and then sometimes you were on your own to get your own dinner.
The next time you do a big trip, so the next time you do one of these kinds of excursions, there's going to be at least one thing that you pack that you didn't pack this time. What is that thing going to be that you add to your go on a trip kit that you didn't have this time that you will have next time?
Recovery strap.
Recovery straps.
And
not like 100-foot of paracord? Like, no.
No,
Okay.
I'm talking like seatbelt material, probably 15, 20 feet of it.
Okay, good to know.
And I have one that I carry with me whenever I travel at home here,
Mhm.
and it just never occurred to me to put it in my kit to take with me.
Yeah, because you would think if you're renting a bike and you're going to a place where like you're riding in mud, recovery is a necessity.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, all my gear, every single handle on every bag I own, including 2 of them that are here, have a couple of 100 feet of paracord wrapped around the handle, because there's all kinds of fun ways you can weave paracord. If you watch YouTube videos, it's kind of fun. And but they've got a couple of 100 feet of paracord built into every bag that I drag with me, so I never have to forget it. And then if I have to, I can make the paracord as strong as I need to by double or tripling it, weaving it back up. But historically speaking, I have needed that more frequently than anything else for completely bullshit civilian applications, like hanging a hammock at LAX airport. Like, there's things you might need to do someday, and you'd be like, if only I had a 50 feet of cord. I have 50 feet of cord.
And I carry paracord also, and I think the time I called in, when you guys were getting ready to record a podcast, I had used it to string a clothesline in my room.
Brilliant.
But there are some negatives.
Paracord?
Like, sir, come here. What? Why do you have 100 feet of paracord?
That's why I use it.
There's a missing child in the area.
I literally use it to wrap the handles on all my bags, because then TSA security never has a problem with it. Whereas I've actually been on airplanes where I've had certain belts and stuff on, and they wouldn't let me get in the airplane. I literally saw the TSA agent making like a choke, like a garrote symbol, because of the type of belt I was wearing or something like that. When it's incorporated into your luggage handles to be like, oh, this is to make his luggage handles softer or whatever, it breezes right through.
Interesting.
So I've learned to just use that weaving technique.
Was it that lizard tail belt or no?
What's that?
Like the kind that's
no, I don't do lizard tail, but I do the same kind of a engineering belt. That has a D-ring harness on it, so you can use it in an emergency as a rappelling thing or a life-saving thing. That's the belt that I wear when I'm riding motorcycles in strange places, because sometimes 7 feet of wide, like he's saying, seatbelt material, nylon webbing, is the difference between a good day and a really bad day. But the paracord, I've used it for everything, because like the inside parts of the paracord, if you take a paracord apart, you can sew with it. It becomes your thread to put things back together again. Like, so paracord, because of its design, the trick is paracord's supposed to be 550 cord. Don't stake your life on that. It may or may not be actually 550 cord. It when in doubt, triple it up.
Now, the second item he's adding on the next trip is Sleepy with the camera.
Right.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Except for I'm not
more a long way.
Yeah, but I'm not doing the cliff though. Fuck that.
Yeah, right. I seriously.
I fully expect you hanging off the side over the cliff. I want footage.
More footage perhaps forthcoming, because Brett, who was with us, was running a GoPro.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
And so there is some footage. I haven't seen that footage yet. And Sleep, we might need your help tuning it up a little.
Just a wee bit of tuning up.
And then, what else was I going to say about? So Brett had a little unfortunate incident. I think on day 2 or 3, he had a waterproof duffel on the back of his bike, and he was in the very back because he had the camera rolling, and we stopped, and he's like, "My bag is gone." So somehow it came off of the bike.
Fucking monkey got
it. Yeah. And we talked about going back and looking for it. And we had passed some people on that road. I mean, like, trucks full of, like, farmers.
It's gone.
Stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And motorcycles going with us, motorcycles going the opposite direction. I'm like, somebody found this, somebody picked it up. There's
You
no
made
shit.
somebody's day.
Yeah.
Right.
And he said, well, his GoPro battery charger was in it, the docking station.
Mm-hmm.
He put the GoPro batteries in. And he had a pair of gloves in there, extra pair of gloves, and I think like maybe a light jacket or something. It was his like readily accessible bag.
Right.
So he didn't lose like his passport. He didn't lose his money. He didn't lose like he had some meds with him and
Thank
stuff.
goodness.
He didn't lose any of his meds or any of that kind of stuff that was super critical.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of and to Brett's credit, I told him at the time, I was like, man, I would have been losing my shit. I've been like, damn it, I've been really pissed at myself. And he was like,
Whatever.
it's my fault. It happens.
You're rolling. It's
and
fine.
He said, and it's a gift to whoever found it because people down there, I got some pictures of some of the bikes people are riding. They're just, you guys are just going to shit when you see them. It's like, it's crazy. And so somebody's got a really nice pair of gloves and a nice waterproof bag, and it'll probably make their day.
It absolutely will. That's cool. That's great.
Speaking of making their day, we were passing out Cleveland Moto stickers.
I saw that.
Nice.
I saw your sticking Cleveland Moto stickers everywhere, man. That was pretty cool.
We stopped on like a town square and we got a chicken dinner at this place. You know, they had like rotisserie chickens. They're cooking them over like barbecue coals, and it's good chicken, you know.
Right.
And well, the guy was like delivering the chickens while we were there, and he has this pickup truck, and in the back of him, he just got all these chickens. And he gets them out, and he's like carrying them by the feet, you know, like 6 at a time or something. And I started bullshitting with the guy, and I gave him a sticker. And he takes it, he sticks it right on the inside of his windshield.
Oh, he does?
Right
Really?
right below the rearview mirror.
So he's got to look at it all the time.
Yeah, so I give him a second one.
Right.
He sticks it on the outside of
of
his
the window.
car,
Yeah.
right under the mirror, but it's upside down. I'm like, this guy
Oh my God.
doesn't know how to use stickers or something.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Nomad.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, Nomad. So Nomad gave us $50 for some reason. Nomad says, happy Thanksgiving. We're keeping those who are struggling or going without in our thoughts. Yes, we are too.
we are.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a big deal. So thank you so much, man. $50.
Thank you, Nomad.
Yeah, that's gonna really
does
improve the quality of these Jello shots.
Now I feel like I got to stay awake now.
Does Cleveland Moto have an OnlyFans yet?
Not yet, but we're working on it.
We're working on it.
Yeah, we are working on it. It's a big thing.
After the feet episode, yes.
Yeah, we should probably.
Also, I had one, but I was outed, so I had to shut it down.
Have we moved the foot episode behind a paywall yet?
No, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
No, but
Sleepy's
YouTube blurred it out. So
Tom's feet, just $5.
Yeah.
Your ovipositor forum here.
Right.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Also, this surprise Tom happening on my left is a new dimension.
That is a new dimension.
It's like he's the little head that's like attached.
Yeah, he is
popping out every
Oh my God! What was that movie when the zit came to life? You remember the big zit that came to life?
Dark Backward.
Yeah.
The film's called The Dark Backward.
Sean's just happy I'm behind him.
That's fair.
I was thinking Hitchhiker's Guide
Thank
to the
goodness someone
Galaxy.
is.
but-
Right, that's true. Beeblebrox.
Yeah.
Little Zayfoid Beeblebrox for you. So, talking about like going somewhere for a motorcycle journey, you know, we were so focused on doing the Isle of Man TT, so focused on the TT, so focused on the TT. Well, later in August, you know, they use that road more than once a year. And so there is, shocking, I know. There is a convenient, by the way, there is a Spar grocery store available that's in Union Mills for 400,000 British kroners. But the good thing is it's literally on the race course and it has a 3-bedroom apartment upstairs.
Ooh.
So there you go. Retire at the Isle of Man, I suppose, and have a grocery store literally downstairs that you own and you can put whatever you want in there. So
This is Phil's new Airbnb, by the way.
it's not a bad idea. So, but here's what I wanted to bring to your attention, because everybody in this podcast tends to swing a little fucking weird for the 2-strokes and a little weird for like all the rang, dang, 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 dang bullshit bikes. So it turns out that, yes, in August, you can go to the Classic. So you can go to the Classic TT, the Manx GP and the Classic TT. And wouldn't you know that they've, since last year, they're really pushing hard for all of Sleepy's favorite motorcycles. Yes. The inline 4-cylinders, ZX6Rs, the GSXRs, all from the 90s.
Yes.
So those are all going to be on the track.
ZX7, baby.
Yeah, and if you like your 2-strokes, 125cc 2-strokes are going to be on the track. How about those NC30s from Honda? Those are all going to be on the track.
22,000 RPMs just wheeling by.
So,
Yeah, I'm very excited. Now, it is going to be the celebration of the life of Mr. McGinnis. So McGinnis is going to be doing parade laps and all kinds of cool shit. Is it just for the hell of it? we looked at some stuff because going during the proper TT, going in May and June, it is next to goddamn impossible to rent a house with 3 bedrooms. Right.
If it's cheaper, I would go to watch like the 50cc championships.
Well, this is So
same great taste.
This would kind of be the one you'd want to go to because the schedule of it is, you can spend 7 days there. And because you're not satisfying the normal TT, which is all the modern stuff and the $1 billion teams and everything else, which drags it out all into 2 weeks. In this one, you've got 3 to 4 days of actual racing.
Yeah.
And then you got 3 to 4 days of actual practice. So you can get in and see all the important shit and get out in 5 or 6 days, right?
Yeah, man.
Speaking of 50 cc's, a bike worth Googling is the Suzuki RK67. It is a 2-cylinder 50 cc bike with 17 horsepower.
Wow.
Interesting. All right.
But you were talking about the Isle of Man. I found a video and I posted it to the chat the other day. It was a guy versus Joey Dunlop.
Yeah.
And it was or Michael Dunlop.
Dunlop, yeah.
Yeah. And it is fucking insane. Like they are like 160 miles an hour touching each other.
Oh, yeah.
Smacking into each other, going for it. And then Dunlop crashes at the last thing at like 30 miles an hour. But like the segment, the full 8 minutes is the most insane motorcycle riding I've ever seen because it's not like you're watching, like MotoGP on a track.
Sure. Right.
It's like they're doing like the fucking ultimate battle I've ever seen in the middle of fucking town with like walls next to them.
Well, again, whoever gets their shoulder under the mailbox wins. Whoever doesn't dies.
But it's so rare that you see that
Consider
close
that.
of racing. Oh, I get it.
It is literally where your shoulder is in relationship to a mailbox. And that's why they paint the mailbox white.
Right.
So you can see it coming.
Things coming. Yeah. But like it's rare to see that close of racing at the it was so insane, dude.
Out of control. So I thought I'd pull this picture up for John just because this is interesting.
Super cute.
There is there's one little interesting fact about this motorcycle that struck me immediately. 14 gears.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
14-speed transmission.
Click, 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 click,
It's
click, click.
It's like the gun in Die Hard. It never runs out of bullets.
225cc pistons revving to 22,000 RPM.
Sweet baby Jesus. That is a spinny little fucker, isn't it? Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. Yeah, 1967 too. So
so is it
17 horsepower
or not?
Right, they're going to cover it under that 7 year or 70,000 mile.
It was in
1977.
gearbox.
Yeah, 1967 aluminum frame.
Wow,
top speed 109 miles per hour. Not too shabby.
What was the Honda equivalent of that? There was a Honda.
There's the Dream. I mean, their Dream 50. There was a 50cc parallel twin that ran out to over 18,000 RPM.
Which was a 4-stroke,
10-speed gearbox. That was a 4-stroke.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Is this a 2-stroke?
This looks like a 2-stroke. That expansion chamber exhaust suggests that it's a 2-stroke. Yeah. Super, super, super cool. Other thing about the Isle of Man is, of course, because they are doing the vintage motorcycles. So you're going to be able to go there and not just eyeball a whole bunch of cool, sweet ass vintage bikes. They're going to be racing on a track too. So that's a cool thing is when you can go there and just have all the eye candy, but then also some 70-year-old guy jumps on it and peels 37.7 miles of danger on it. That's fucking cool.
See, I think I'd rather see the vintage stuff, man. To be honest,
that's why you go to this race.
Yeah,
right. You go to this race because it's not the TT. This is the classic TT, aka the GP. You're going to have a different experience.
Sounds like more fun.
It does sound like more fun. Sounds like more fun.
I bet you Chris P can tell us because I'm sure he's been to it.
Well, there you go. I have not been to this. I'm looking forward to freeing up some time at the end or the middle of August. So that's one of those things where you're like, oh, this is pretty good. And everything is far more affordable. I looked up some housing availability. Like all the stuff is about 1/3 the price.
Oh, man.
And so it goes from August the 16th all the way to August the 23rd.
I wonder if moto rentals.
I'm sorry, August. I strike that. August the 28th.
Do you think there'd be any motorcycle rentals?
You're going to have to look into it. They're going to be far more available for the classic TT than they would be for the regular Manx TT. They're going to be a lot more available. I've always said that I think my learning and experience with this was there's nothing wrong with renting a motorcycle in Ireland and using the ferry. That is so much easier than trying to rent a motorcycle on the island.
And maybe better selection?
Our roommate that did rent a motorcycle on the island had an awful fucking experience by renting his motorcycle on the island. So I would actually say it's probably better if you're going to do a motorcycle, rent get your ticket for the ferry and rent the motorcycle, not on the Isle of Man. And what he paid for the motorcycle that he rented on the Isle of Man to be able to have the convenience of arriving on an airplane, going and getting his motorcycle and using it on the island, it was a goddamn fortune. I mean, if you think $450 a day for motorcycle rental's not that big of a throw, then you just go right ahead and do it. Right? But realistically, to say I rented this motorcycle for 10 days for $50 more, I could have bought one. Right. Eesh. And that's a real thing. So yeah, that's an interesting option, right? For people that are looking for something to do at the end of August. That's kind of a cool thing. So who here likes when you're at work and you're not supposed to be doing other things, checking in at the fine folks at Iconic Motorcycle Auctions?
Oh yeah.
Because the fine folks at Iconic Motorcycle Auctions have somehow managed to tap into my fucking, the back corner of my brain where I shouldn't be looking at shit. You guys were talking about the Honda race motorcycles. Well, they have a 2004 Honda Dream in the crate, literally still in the metal. And it's currently bid up to $2,600.
Yep.
And this is
there it is.
There you go.
Right, there's the sound. The sound came back.
Sleepy, make the sound.
That was for John.
Sleepy, make the sound. I can't do
He
it.
He did.
Like I tried to buy one of these after Katrina.
Oh, really?
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I wanted one of these. With the NSR 50?
Yeah, this is based. It's the CB50R.
It's the 50R.
Yeah, it's the CB50R.
I tried to buy one of these, and the guy was like, "Well, the boss won't come off of the price." I don't know why, because it's just a 50cc. I'm like,
there you go. That's the right attitude.
Exactly why he wouldn't come off the
but
price.
it's only 7 horsepower, but it's only 14,000 RPM.
Oh.
The crazy thing is it does not have an electric starter or a kickstarter.
Nope.
It's bump start only.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's bump start only.
These are fucking amazing.
Yeah. This thing is just
Made in Japan.
What's the CB160?
I was going to say it is right. The whole premise is like the RC110.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a replica of the RC110. So that's kind of sexy. It's kind of cool. SkyTeam made a 125cc version of this bike ish. A Chinese knockoff of it. But yeah, this is the deal. And these bikes were, I think these bikes sold brand new in their crates for over $10,000.
There you go, Tom. Put your money where your mouth is, man.
$2,600 Bucatinos.
This is. There are very few bikes, and I'm like, I want to own one of these. This is one of the bikes that I personally want to own.
Well, there's your chance.
There's $2,600. This is Chinese scooter money.
I can talk to my boss, see if I get a
We have
your lips are slapping. Your lips are slapping, but I don't see any fingers tapping.
Right.
I know.
We literally have 2 days and 14 hours to figure it out.
The price is going to quadruple in the last 2 days.
I'm going to hope that it does. Yeah.
So Tom buys this one, and then Sleepy buys the Sky
Right.
And then we raise.
The problem is, since I weigh like 300 pounds now, we would do like 10 miles an hour.
Well, that was where I was going to go with this. Tom, would you take it out of the crate or would you leave it as is?
Oh, that's actually the problem. Is I would rather have one that has either been ridden or can be ridden.
We know a guy that's got 7 or 8 of them.
Yeah.
That would not. Than one that shouldn't be ridden. But is still in the crate.
Right.
That one's too nice.
Yeah, it'll start rusting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also on
just like a Cybertruck.
Also on Iconic Motorcycle Auctions. I don't know if anybody else has the true fetish problem that I do. If you want to throw this one up, a 2008 Buell 1125 CR. This is a really good motorcycle, and 412 original miles. So 412 original miles, and there's only 2.5 days left in the auction. And people are not bidding on this thing.
So Phil,
that'd be a fun track bike.
We talked about this being a buyer's market.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's crazy right now.
This is CR 1125.
Yeah,
or 1125.
It's 1125 CR. This is the bike that
and
you kind of want to have.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well buy a Ulysses at like 100 to 400 miles.
Put your face into a microphone.
Right.
I mean, this is the epitome of it is a buyer's market.
This is crazy numbers right now, and
that is an amazing bike.
I went through and looked for completed auctions too to see what these things were selling for, and right now there's a whole lot of bikes that aren't meeting reserve because nobody's bidding, and that's just what it comes down to.
Did you see
nobody's bidding?
The dude posted, I think it was in the chat, the fucking Harley Livewire for $4,200.
I did. So I posted that up because I'm on several Livewire forums.
Did? Okay.
Yeah.
And that is the single lowest price I'd ever seen for Harley Livewire.
Holy fuck.
We're talking, this is a brand new electric motorcycle, and it didn't have a ton of miles on it. And it was a running bike. It wasn't a crash, total salvage,
412 miles, I think.
412 miles on it and $4,200. And that's the cheapest one I've ever seen. 3 weeks ago, there was one on National Power Sports Auction for $5,100 that had 2,300 miles on it.
Now, are the batteries something where if they go, you're fucked?
Yes. I mean, the cost of replacement of the battery is going to be your biggest concern should that happen. Now, if it doesn't happen, then congratulations, you got a really high performance motorcycle.
Right, but I mean, even at $5,000, if it lasts for 4 years, you got your money's worth.
It lasts for 2 years. One could argue that you got money's worth, but here's the rub. The rub is that this motorcycle was $29,000 when it hit the market not 5 years ago.
Right.
Oh, my word.
So for a motorcycle to lose $25,000 of its value in less than 4 years is terrifying.
But the parent company is what, I mean, that is directly the result of the parent company going, look at my child as I sacrifice it over the bucket.
Well, specifically, the issue with that one you posted is it's a 2022, which means it does not wear a badge and shield like the 2020.
It is not a Harley. It is a live wire.
It immediately is worth $2,000 less.
Right. And it is crazy when you go, okay, 3-year-old motorcycle. If it was a 3-year-old motorcycle that cost $10,000 brand new, and if I was buying it for $4,200, I'd be like, wow, it lost all of its value super fast.
Right.
But the fact that it's a $26,000 or $29,000, depending on what day of the week you bought yours, that's a shit ton of money to lose in 3 whole years.
Like when people post stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, super deal. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a good deal. That I literally, not joking, like if I had tea, it would have spit out of my mouth when I saw the price. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, knowing that thing was, like you said, like I'm sure out the door at a Harley dealership was $30,000.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a good negotiator.
Right.
If you're a good negotiator, that's a $30,000 motorcycle. I know people that have bought them.
That you can buy now for, even with tax, $5,000.
I know people who bought them that were bragging about what a deal they got because with the tax credits and everything else, they ended up only paying $22,000. Well, for that motorcycle 3 years later to be worth $4,200, $5,000, that is wild.
And again, it was not in bad condition from at least the pictures we saw in the mileage.
I know McElfresh doesn't look like Harley Davidson's, but pull this one up. So this is a motorcycle. If you're not a Harley guy, it's not going to mean that much to you. But we were talking about Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man, the other day. If you want to have a motorcycle that is as absolutely close to Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man's bike as you can get in an actual production motorcycle that Harley Davidson built and sold, this is the bike you want to buy, a Rocker C. And the Rocker C was a very limited production bike for Harley Davidson. They didn't build a ton of them. Did you see the price on this bike? $3,100. This isn't a twin cam 88 motor. This is a 103 cubic inch motor. This is not a bad Harley motor. It's a good Harley motor.
I'd ride that.
Anybody would ride this. It's kind of a sexy bike. And we're not saying it's going to be the only motorcycle you own, but there's going to be days where this is going to be the right motorcycle. The fact, though, that the price of it is what the price is, this is another motorcycle that has lost about $21,000 of its value in a relatively short period of time.
That is cheaper than any Triumph bobber that I've ever seen. And that literally is what the Triumph bobber is trying to be.
It is, absolutely. This is a really, really good value, and I'm curious to see in a day and a half what this actually sells for.
And, you can't tell if that was made in 2000 or 2020.
Yeah.
This kind of
Harley Davidson.
It looks equally bad.
Harley Davidson, if this is the style of thing you're into, this is a factory-built one of these.
Hold on, we forgot that Nick's with us. We were in the Mecca. We were at Wheels Through Time enjoying our life, and he was like, God damn, is there anything else but Harleys around
thing
here?
That is, yeah.
Your garage isn't long enough for this bike?
Nick, it's okay. You can wreck it.
Again, it's not the only motorcycle I'd ever owned, but it would be somewhere in the garage.
The weird part is I think the Rocker within the Harley community is like number 2 behind the V-Rod.
It is.
Being like the black sheep.
Yeah.
And I
Really?
don't fully understand why.
Kind of wild.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So you're saying it's ready for a Pride paint job?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. This motorcycle doesn't catch a lot of respect in the Harley community, but meanwhile, I think that it's like, okay, well, I actually like the way this motorcycle
I know what I'm
I
buying
suspect
next.
that's because the Harley community doesn't get a lot of respect anyway.
Well, this isn't true. I'm sorry, this is not a Dyna. So,
Tom.
Okay, guys, we are hardcore. We are hardcore putting Johnny Mac to sleep.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That was the one that did it. That was the game right there.
He shot his load on that Suzuki.
So one of our Patreon member podcast listeners got to do something that none of us have gotten to do, and that is he got to go out and ride the new Ural Neo 500.
Oh, yeah.
You're all here.
The Ural, man, the Ural. So the Ural. I think I'm going to go back. Can anybody tell us, except for Tom,
somebody
can anybody tell us where the Ural is made?
Is right
Nowadays?
Uzbekistan, is it not?
China.
I haven't heard the right answer yet.
Russia.
Romania.
Taiwan.
Belarus.
No, still nothing. We got nothing.
America.
Serbia.
Still nothing.
Vietnam.
Brazil.
No.
Was it Russia originally?
Malaysia.
No.
Ukraine.
No.
South Malacca.
Cuba.
Kazakhstan.
What? Kazakhstan. There we go.
That tracks.
Kazakhstan. Because when Russia invaded Ukraine, everyone said, fuck your dumb motorcycle. We don't need an embargo. We don't need sanctions. Just fuck your dumb motorcycle. We don't want it. We spiritually don't want to have anything to do with your motorcycle. The problem is their fucking world headquarters is in Washington, not DC, the real one, right? And so
Rip.
that's to me when they were like, yeah, well, we still want Americans to buy these things, and we can't sell them if they're made in fucking Russia. So they literally moved house. They moved house to Kazakhstan. Wow. I mean, the
that by
infrastructure in
Serbia?
Kazakhstan.
Isn't Serbia over there somewhere?
No.
Okay,
No, not
in the grand scheme of things, yeah, the sun hits at about the same time of the day, I suppose. Right?
Serbia.
not quite it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll give you.
You
it's-
don't know.
Right.
A Serbian movie.
So within
that's what I was thinking
30%,
about.
You can see the
depends on the warhead, I suppose.
Yeah.
I focus on more local terrain. I
Yeah.
don't, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Lorraine.
it's not.
It's
also nowhere near the Ural fucking mountains either, which is, inconvenient
Confusing.
for the people building the motorcycles, right? But they did. They moved a bunch of people there, and they're building motorcycles.
They
there
are
right
the
now.
infrastructure of
They
Kazakhstan.
are the infrastructure. And despite a motorcycle that they have offered test
Isn't that
rides
where the
for,
Uyghur slave people are? That they
The Uyghurs?
The Uyghurs.
that's China.
Oh.
Yeah. But they're not, I mean,
The Uyghurs are Muslim.
they're Muslim, right?
Yeah.
And they're from a stand too.
Yeah.
Right. But here's the thing that kills me about this is you can go right now and like they just did a test ride days, and one of our podcast listeners went to do the test ride days. And instead of being powered by a boxer motor that was stolen from the Russians, who stole it from the Germans, who stole it from the Prussians, in some order, I'm not exactly sure, but now they're doing a parallel twin, and the parallel twin that they're putting in this 500. It's the weirdest looking thing because now we've all gotten used to Urals looking a certain way. Urals have to look a certain way. And this looks like you took a Ural, took the boxer motor out of it, stole the 500cc motor out of a Honda CB500X or Chinese copy thereof, inserted that into the motorcycle, and then Temu'd up some bodywork for
Right.
like I wish I was a BMW motorcycle. And that's what you get.
It does have a bit of that going on.
Oh, it certainly does.
It reminds me just a very touch of the BMW that was here a couple weeks back with the colors.
Right. And what kills me about this motorcycle is I'm not on I wish I owned a Ural.com. I'm on the Ural fucking main website, their own website that they pay money to have.
Oh.
And there is a distinct lack of pictures of this cocksucker.
That image is their official.
Okay,
Wow.
there's your motor.
Yeah.
Right? There's your I'm guessing China.
It looks like
Because they're not building motors in Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
But like the placement of the cylinder looks like it's a quad. Or so like
it
right now you could
probably
be showing
could
me like
be.
a Honda
Right.
300, Foreman or something.
I'm not going to argue with that on that. But these are the whole pictures. This is their entire web presence of this bike.
He's got the gear.
Our podcast listener gave us better photos than this.
This kid's like, hey, what size head you got? Well, here's an extra L.
Good luck, kid.
Oh man, and that guy has the world's wrinkliest T-shirt.
I was hoping you were going for something else than.
And then where did this test ride take place?
The one that our friend went to, I believe, was in Nashville.
Okay.
Yeah, in Tennessee. But I know their headquarters where things happen is in Washington State.
Well, as the official certified Ural mechanic of Louisiana and the Gulf Coast, Harris sent me the information about
Oh, yeah.
Ural shutting down their manufacturing of the traditional Boxer.
Right.
And I went to go look it up, and I found the 500 Neo, and I went, well, wait a minute. What the hell is going on with this? Because it's literally every 500 parallel twin. That we've seen
Sure it
the past
is.
couple of years
Absolutely.
with a Ural sidecar.
Yeah, Sleepy, if you want to throw this up, because this is at least going to give people an idea of what the thing looks like, while walking around it, I suppose. None of this motorcycle screams the reason that people buy Urals. People buy Urals to fool people into thinking that you're driving a leftover Nazi World War II motorcycle.
Well, I don't see a drive shaft to that sidecar either.
No, it's chain drive.
I'm going to be Indiana
the
Jones.
sidecar.
The sidecar, yeah.
Right. The sidecar does not have a driven
Remember when
wheel.
we said all adventure bikes look the same? Mm-hmm. Now they even made Urals look the same.
They did, right? You're exactly right, Sleepy. They took an adventure bike, put a seat on it from an 83 Suzuki GS, put the world's cheapest, Temu phone up for instead of a speedometer.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what this
Coming
is.
to your local
my
Starbucks
God.
parking lot.
It's like the worst V-Strom ever.
It is the worst V-Strom
And I
ever.
wonder if that wheel is like a BMX wheel from the 80s. Remember
I was
the
going to say
plastic?
the sidecar wheel looks like a stroller wheel.
It does look like
It does.
Yeah.
It looks like
Graco.
a Huffy Tough wheel or some shit.
Yeah,
like
this
that.
is an R-Strom 500.
So that phone, that's there. That tablet-y
That
phone.
tablet is your speedometer.
That's it.
No, that tablet is your speedometer. Tom said this years ago. The reason they're all doing that is because mechanical gauges are too expensive,
Yeah.
and you can buy these screens for $6.
Oh, it
What
broke
part of
here.
Kazakhstan is Yin Yang from?
I don't know.
The black and white part.
It's from outer Kazakhstan.
There's your dashboard.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there's your dashboard.
All right, that's a thing.
Yeah. And when I look at that entire operation, all I can say is quality with a capital K.
That looks like a phone. That looks like, remember when wallpapers first hit?
Yeah.
And you could buy a wallpaper for your phone for $1.
That was wallpaper.
On the Motorola
spotlight.
Go
If
store.
you had told somebody 20 years ago TFT displays would be cheaper than analog dash,
They're like, Pan America, stand back. We got
It is totally right.
We've got Pan America at home.
Did you go steal all the BMW bodywork? No, but I stole the Pan America bodywork. Good, it'll do.
Yeah, but give me the BMW top half.
Quick,
That's
mold
perfect.
it. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
What is funny is I do believe that there is an Earl's Fork system hiding under there. I actually think there is. I do.
Oh, it goes backwards.
In certain signals. Oh, does it really? It's got electric reverse.
Or they just pushed it.
I think
Yeah, you can't see his hand in that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there it goes. Oh wait, nobody's on it, but it's going backwards.
I would feel bad, but I've repaired a number of Urals, and I'm like, no, you deserve what you get.
Yeah, this is not a great motorcycle.
Wow.
Yeah, I
And John's
refuse to-
asleep
I mean,
again.
if it's $4,000, it's a great
It's
bike.
not, because Urals did the worst thing they could ever do. Urals went from being opiate of the 70-year-old white man because they were $6,300 a piece.
Right.
And then for like true fucking deviants, they had two-wheel drive, right? Which was useless. I've worked on several of them and tried to use two-wheel drive. It is only good in extraordinarily deep snow or mud.
I remember the year
Because the bike can't turn.
I remember the year that Ural went from being affordable to not.
Yeah, $12,700.
We walked in wherever we were. We walked in somewhere, and I remember looking at it, and it had bug-eye headlights on it, and it looked all fucking like catalog and REI, and I'm like,
super.
it's going to be expensive now.
They done this
When
up.
they did the K541 version or whatever, and then
That weird digital camo, but like
yeah.
orange.
Right.
Yeah,
the orange digital camera.
It looked kind of
The
badass. I'm not
icebreaker
gonna
version,
lie, yeah.
right? The vodka version.
And I
right.
mean, I
Hypnotic.
owned one for about
Hypnotic.
6 months, and I did not have enough time to put it back together. So
But they knew what they were doing. They
Ural
give it some
Sweat
letters.
Lodge.
It was like the
Oh,
XR7 because, I got to have shit that has XR7s or
XR7,
Max or
right,
Boss
exactly.
added to it.
Yeah, it was pretty rad.
Thanks for joining us on the.
for a $7,000 bike, they're really cool. For a $15,000 bike, well,
They're not cool for a $7,000 bike. I can't tell you the number of these things I paid $1,300 for, and then immediately flipped them to people that were dumber than I was. Steve Hoffert.
Another $1,300.
I didn't even have to take it off the trailer.
I'm $1,400 stupid for
right.
these.
That's exactly
So
right.
I can see that like the guys that would like this are going to have the same rebellion as when like the new V-Strom came out and it was actually a P-Strom because they were like, you can't call it a fucking V-Strom. It's a
right.
parallel twin, fuckers. So like, there's no way most people are going to accept this as a Ural.
My usual rule for Urals is never pay more for a Ural combo than you would pay for just the sidecar.
Or a rallies combo.
Think about it, because what you'll do is you'll take the Ural and eventually.
To be fair, drink.
Yeah, right. So what you will do is
To be fair, you really only wanted the sidecar.
Well, what you will do is you will eventually try to stick an R motor to replace the problem that you're all invented. And then you'll end up realizing that's not as easy as everyone thinks it is. And then you'll end up buying an R bike to put next to the sidecar. So the disposable part of the operation is the motorcycle. And that's what usually my friends that have them or had them have all kind of learned is like, oh, I'm just going to replace the motor and the drivetrain. It's not that easy.
My favorite is the Volkswagen motor into the frame.
Yeah.
So you have a 1600cc.
Yeah.
Dual port.
Don't waste your money on the 1600. Just get a 1300cc VW motor and put it in. It's great. It works better than.
Can you take an R, like BMW platform R model,
Yes.
and do the drive shaft setup?
You mean the outboard drive shaft?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. But here's the trick is anybody that's ridden these for any period of time will tell you that the two-wheel drive is the least important feature of this motorcycle and 90% of your problems. So the thing that you're never going to use ever, unless you are going through across that farmer's field where you're going to put it in two-wheel drive and you're going to let the thing just chug across because your steering does nothing. Because your left wheel and your right wheel are like tank tracks. Your steering has no effect on that whatsoever.
Differential.
There's no differential at all. So it is direct output drive. So unless you're in super deep snow or super deep mud, the handlebars are useless. And that's where I found myself that even in deep snow or mud, taking it out of two-wheel drive mode and just turning my speedway up and then sliding the bike around was a lot more effective. And then in which case you're like, okay, why am I dragging around all this horrible shit that will eventually break at the worst possible moment? Yeah. So yeah, I've owned a few of them. I'm not a Ural fanboy, but when Tom makes that statement out, he was the official Ural service center of New Orleans. The sad thing is the reason I'm not talking is because our shop we had a dealership here in Cleveland, a Ural dealership that imploded, and they had about 25 customers, and they straight up gave all 25 customers our contact information. And so
I can't fathom
without financial compensation.
That there's 25 Urals in the Cleveland Metro.
Have you? Well, and they're all owned by the exact same guy.
So
it's 25 versions of the exact same dude.
I'm gonna say something here, and it's gonna rub the wrong way.
Oh God!
Again?
So for every old man that owns a Janus that has more expendable income, they buy a Ural, and this is not a joke.
Well, the Ural was the pre-Janus Janus. Yeah.
Also true.
I agree with
also
that.
true.
Proto-Janus.
Also true.
I think the Janus is for the sophisticated.
The Janus is actually a better investment.
I don't know, but if you go to any local town fucking parades, that's where you see all this stuff, man. All the dudes in their little things are dog with the goggles on and all the other
and they've
stuff.
got the ACAC gun mounted to the
I'm just
going to
promise you that the guy who wanders into my shop on his 2013 Ural that is wearing his NASA work jacket.
Yeah.
He doesn't have strong opinions about things and isn't going to tell you how to do your job not once ever. Okay? Yeah. He's not going to show up with his $13,000 motorcycle that has 400 miles on it and it's not working up to his standards. Literally space shuttle standards for a Russian-made piece of trash.
Challenger
and he's
standards.
Expecting NASA level standards out of because he spent $13,000. He's going to tell you that about 900 times. And for the $13,000, he expects the wheels to be round.
Because nothing says precision engineering like Ural.
Hey.
Oh yeah. And now this is your problem somehow.
Wow.
No, the joke was you're all responsible for this shit.
The reality is you have space shuttle expectations, but you have Buron
this is it.
as your result.
The Russian space program was willing to lose a lot of people.
I thought that the reason that engineers liked Urals is because it challenged you.
Like that's the joke.
Right?
It's supposed to, but it's going to bring out your inner pissy little bitch. And that's what happens. Is your inner pissy little bitch shows up at my shop and says, they told me you're the new, and they're like literally pushing their glasses.
Oh, no.
They told me that you're the new official support center for my Ural, and I've got 7 or 8 issues I'd like to talk to you about.
How many bottles?
Let me tell you about the stitching on the seat. There's no stitching on that seat,
How
sir.
many
That's
bottles
molded
of
in.
Stolichnaya did you just fucking bring me?
It is just trash. It is just shit. And then the other thing was they were paying out $45 an hour for labor. So they were paying out $45 an hour for labor, and they gave us the labor sheet. And to replace the rear final drive, they paid out an hour and a half. No. Right? An hour and a half. And there's not one hole that went through, one screw that went through one hole in that motorcycle straight. There's no need for Loctite anywhere on the cocksucker. Everything's cross-threaded. And there's no
cock-threaded.
There's no 2 fucking fasteners the same size on the bitch. It is ridiculous. It comes with the most complicated, comprehensive toolkit you've ever seen in your life because you need everything in there.
You will have to rebore everything.
The strap that's holding the toolkit closed has a part number because that's what you need to adjust the brake tension for some fucking reason.
Wow.
Like everything in the toolkit needs to be there.
Yeah.
But there is the people that own it still go, well, I spent $12,000. I expect a certain level of quality. And I'm like, you are so fucked.
Oh,
And
honey.
you're both disappointed.
But also, you didn't sell it to them.
Well, that was the greatest part is we had all the trouble and none of the profit.
Yeah. So like
Right.
you'd be like, oh, hey, dude, by the way, like you remember, I don't owe you anything.
I
trying
chased
to help
one of the
you."
guys out of my shop with a stick because he wouldn't fucking leave. And he showed up the DGR a few years later, right? And he showed up the DGR.
He was like, see, my bike really does run.
He didn't show up on the bike, and that's what he had the most fun.
What did he show
I was
up
like,
on?
what happened to your fucking Ural, buddy? Greatest thing ever built. Greatest thing on the planet. Russian
Get
durability.
back to the stick. I need details.
Strong like bull. No, he fucking wouldn't leave, and he's in here. He's literally making demands and telling us how we don't know our ass from the hole in the ground.
Clutch stuck like asshole.
Right. And eventually I kept telling him he had to leave. He was officially fired as a customer. He stood in the middle of my showroom and said he had a legal right to be there. And I said, well, now we're going to find out who has a legal right to beat you with a stick to make you leave my shop.
Well, now you're
And
trespassing.
he's an old guy. It wasn't a big stick. It was just happened to be the stick I was holding. So
Yeah, but the last old guy tried to beat you.
he spit on me.
Oh, no.
You're holding back Renee. She's like,
This guy was a true fuck knuckle. But anyway, the point being, he was like, well, I've got a lot of friends that also own Urals. And I was like, those aren't your friends.
Keep them away from me.
Those are commiserators and co-conspirators. That's all you have.
Don't give him my number.
Yeah, no, that was the whole. Well, no, the funny thing was, Ural called them. So Ural, when they closed the dealership that was selling here in the Cleveland area, the Ural headquarters, the guy who runs Ural, called all the customers in this area and said, just to let you know, just because that guy went out of business, Ural didn't go out of business. We're still here to support you. So from now on, you take all your business to Cleveland Moto.
Without asking you.
What had happened is we had an agreement, basically a handshake agreement.
What happened was
when we were at the Dealer X or the IX motorcycle show the year before, he was like, hey, would you guys be willing to handle some service for us? And I said, yeah, our shop rate's $100 an hour, which it was at the time. Yeah, if you want to bring something in, we'll throw, your machine's not exactly fucking complicated. I think our apprentice mechanic can handle it, right? I was like, yeah, send him by. That's no big deal. Well, he took that as meaning like that was a blood contract that we were going to give him warranty service. And he was going to compensate us with like, oh, by the way, you should have this T-shirt package.
Yeah.
Oh.
He took that as,
Yeah.
I'll accept $45 an hour instead
and
of
that's what it
$100.
was. And it was a fucking nightmare. And the real problem was then other dealers that were dealers in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania or in Detroit, Michigan, they started sending their bikes to me.
Oh my God.
So they started sending
no.
bikes to us, even though they were dealers. And they were like, we had a guy come into our shop from legit like Grand Rapids, Michigan that had gotten punted from Grand Rapids to the Detroit area, and the dealer in the Detroit area punted him to me. And he showed up in my shop and he's like, so I have a list.
Yeah.
They all have a list. They all have a list of grievances because the bike is a piece of shit. And again, caveat emptor, right? You know, you just understand what you're getting into. Spend a week on the forum before you go spend $12,000.
You know, and it's funny. It's like, I think they use the same marketing campaign as heroin, because like people tell each other, like, don't do it. It'll kill you. It's bad. And still motherfuckers do it anyway.
They are really amazing motorcycles, except for these 27 points.
There was one guy that we worked with who was and he's also a NASA fucking engineer. And he did the one noble thing, the honorable thing. When he brought his bike in, and he bought the bike secondhand, and he said he had this long list of issues. And I said, well, that's a good thing that you're an engineer and you're handy, because you're going to need all your skills to work on this bike. And he goes, no, I'm an engineer. None of this bike makes sense to me. That's the problem is I've been trained to work on shit that works. This doesn't work. This can't work. I have to break it just to start fixing it. And I went, yeah, that's a problem. And he literally traded the bike in. Well, he didn't trade it in. I helped him find a buyer for it. But he bought a Royal Enfield 500 with a sidecar.
Nice.
And I was like,
wow.
And he goes, when we sold it to him.
Talk about a lateral.
Okay. Royal Enfield, unit constructed engine. Royal Enfield, fuel injected.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Royal Enfield, the new 750 fucking concept fucking racer that.
Oh. But these Enfields, the best thing you could do to an American Enfield is put a sidecar on it to keep the operator from going 80 miles an hour and make the top end of the motor explode. So if you put a sidecar on the back, that forces you to drive like you're in India, which is what the bike was designed to do.
Nice.
So the sidecar and the Royal Enfield was actually a fucking sweetheart setup. We sold him that, and he's been happy, and he's been happy ever since. And he brings the bike to us occasionally for service. He's a happy camper. He just needed to get off of the $12,000 Ural and get onto about an $8,000 combo rig. And the funny thing was, he painted it to look like he got one of the green ones with the green sidecars, and he painted it to look like a World War II bomber. So he had nose art on it and all the other kind of silly shit. Yeah. He actually did a really good job of the bike, and he rides it around, so he's happy.
I think the issue with the Urals is it's a $1,200 bike with a $1,200 sidecar and about $10,000 worth of warranty expenses built into the price.
It is.
Right.
And I think that's probably what they're saying is, in order for us to make any money on this thing at all, we have to sell it for grossly ridiculous luxury tax type pricing. We had a gentleman here in Cleveland years ago that was selling, his name was Yuri. I know it's fucking obviously.
Wow.
Yuri, but he was selling two things. He was selling Urals and he was selling Neepners. And he was selling them out of a warehouse in Cleveland. They were on the pallet. They were brand new bikes, completely right from the factory. Somehow he was sneaking these fucking things in. They were bolted to a wooden pallet, motorcycle, sidecar, impossibly laid out and all screwed to the pallet itself. You could flip the pallet upside down. Not one part would fall out.
But title?
No.
Who is she?
Manufacturer's
Never met her.
Don't know her.
Statement of origin.
Not even a manufacturer's certificate of origin. It was just
Soviet Russia. Title, right?
Yeah,
you.
right. It was just.
No.
I knew the guy, and I knew the guy, and he was an interesting cat. But the point was, for $4,000, you could go into his place on just off of East 55th Street,
Of course.
right, kind of over where Skidmark is, and you'd go in there, and he would have a forklift, and he'd bring one of these off the shelf for you. You could pick your color. It was either Goof Mix Gray, Goof Mix Green, or Goof Mix Blue, and you pick your color. He'd lower it down, and you'd be like, "Oh no, that's a Neepner. I wanted a Ural." Oh, well, I give you special price on Neepner. And you're like, I don't want a special price on a Neepner. I want a fucking Ural.
We're fresh out of
No, but special price on Neepner. Neepner, much better bike. You like Neepner much more. I save you $1,000 by buying a Neepner. And you're like, quit. I want to buy the Ural, please. Just sell me the Ural. No, I tell you, you should buy the Neepner. I don't feel like selling you a Ural today.
Was his cousin Frankenstein?
This is the way Yuri was. And I knew people that would show up and they'd be riding this fucking Neepner, which is like a Chang Jang 750, but it's like a 500. Yeah.
So are the Neepners even worse than the Urals?
Oh, way worse.
Okay.
Oh.
Have you never seen a CJ? Oh my God, they break the frames.
Neepners are just terrible. And, you know, the Ural is luxury compared to a Neepner. And
that sounds like a pocket protector on wheels.
It does, and it's not. I mean, you know, we talked about names with like the Benda stuff, but like Neepner probably was the first one that was like, "You gonna buy one of those, dude?" It's called a Neepner.
Man, like, you might as well beat me up and take my lunch money.
Right? Can you imagine the Fonz pulling up on a Neepner?
So here's what I can tell you.
Well, so the problem is that you say Neepner.
It's
It's DNEPR.
I see that now.
Nepper or
Neeper.
Nipper.
Do you have one of these things?
I don't have one.
No,
but
up here.
You mean have one up? Yeah.
I think
so
a Neepner chinchilla sounds better than a Benda chinchilla.
Nepper.
same thing.
Neeper.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, I see.
You could get the Nepners.
Neepner.
You say
it's-
Neepner, I
it's
say
captured
Nepner.
World War II German technology watered down through China.
No.
No, I'm
Tom,
sorry.
could you be wronger? No, you're wrong. The Neepner is made in fucking Kiev.
Right, you're right. Kiev.
And that factory that built the Nepner had been a pre-war factory and was building the German motorcycles. Well, the German military motorcycles were being built out of that factory. And then the war was over and the factory continued to build things, including this very agricultural motorcycle. No part of it ever was in China. No part of it ever came from China.
I'm thinking the other
That's
one.
Changjiang.
And what sucks is like
Changjiang.
That's the Harley Davidson knockoff. Isn't
Yeah, well, the Changjiang is like the Changjiang has become a big goddamn deal. Like,
well, and it
everybody's
gets you because it's not a bad looking bike.
I
You're
was
like,
gonna say,
oh, man, I like
what's
that.
wrong with it then? Because as far as I can tell, it's always been made in Ukraine.
All of the
It
bushings
looks
are made
fantastic.
of wood or cardboard. We're not sure. Oh, right. Yeah.
You've already sold me.
Right. Exactly. It really
I'm
does have the
listening.
structural. It has the structural integrity of a Trabant.
Do you know how they
Yeah.
always say like there's always an ass for a seat?
There's an ass for every
Like
seat.
if there's a motorcycle that just should be retired, there's nobody that really wants it. Nick's like, hey, I want to tackle
I'm right
that.
behind Nick here. The
So I'm
question
gonna
is,
give you
if you sold 25-year-olds.
This
how many
thing-
Neepners
The
are there
reason
for
that
you to buy?
the Neepner is very popular is if you're going to do a World War II recreation bike, if you're trying to fool somebody that your motorcycle is a Zondap or an old BMW,
Oh.
the Neepner is actually the most.
It's the blankest template.
It is. No, it's using the original tooling.
So
Yeah.
rather than being made out of metal, just like the Trabant, they're made out of
Duraplast.
soybeans.
Yes.
They have compressed.
compressed pillows.
Yeah,
Does it have an e-clutch?
it does doesn't have any
Yes.
Better question: does it have any clutch?
Yeah, again,
New for
Only if it doesn't
2025.
rain.
not these motorcycles as war surplus. When these things. Probably when Yuri got all of his was probably like 1984, 1985. They probably were just a hint of capitalism. Let's export some shit out of Ukraine.
Well, I was gonna say maybe like the late '80s, early '90s when the Soviet Union fell apart.
That's
Maybe
what I'm thinking.
A lot of shit bled out of there.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of shit hustled out of it. So any way to turn a
You know
buck.
what's really fun?
Yeah.
Western capitalism.
Western capitalism. I can tell you, I've known a few guys that were like, well, it was $1,000 less to get the Neepner, so I went and got the Neepner, and none of them had a good day. They were all having a pretty fucking awful day.
How many Marlboros and Levi jeans is a Neepner worth?
Is it? Yeah, it's pretty bad. The just one of those things. Keep in mind that there was a time when you had your choice between something built in Ukraine and something built in Russia, and the thing from Ukraine was worse. Because Ukraine at that time of the world was getting Russia's leftovers. Russia wasn't spending big money to keep Ukraine in the fancy shit. Russia was more like, well, I guess we'll send them gas.
You know what? We've given you the Fiat 128. We've just not given you any more.
We're not giving you any more. That was it. Right. That was it. You've had your shot with modern Western high performance vehicles. Yeah. Come on. We gave you national pride, Hugo.
I was trying to come up with the wrong country to make a joke, but I didn't know the countries well enough to even think of a wrong one.
Just go with your strong suit, Serbia.
Serbia. Flatmanistan. There we go. Yeah, it's one of those things, and I used to go to a lot of World War II military reenactments and stuff, and there's always 5 or 6 guys that show up on these bikes, and you're always like, yep, yeah, you guys again. Like these are this is truly the Nipner / Your All Preservation Association.
Dude,
it happens at John's house.
I was about to say they were all at your.
They're all at John's house.
Yeah, your
John should
place
call
during the World War II thing. All the dudes on the Nipners like.
John should call the Nipner Owners Association and tell him to have him stay at his place.
Yeah,
and he could rent himself out as a mechanic for the weekend.
Oh shit!
I've got
already rented for
rally name for the Ural people.
Yes.
Wet
Dude,
hot, you're all American summer.
You're all American.
It comes with the Honda Whisperer to keep your bikes running perfectly.
Oh, there's no way I would touch a Neepner. I touched a Neepner once, and I
was
will
there.
never.
And now he's on the
Still
list.
recovering from it
They're so bad.
after many therapy sessions.
Oh man. So anyway,
Bad touch.
I was
Bad
wondering why you
touch.
kept calling me that.
Neepner is not my safe word.
Swordfish.
Neepner.
That is now Sleepy's.
Neepner.
That is now
Neepner.
Sleepy's safe word.
Oh, dude. Why is that so funny? Yeah, you can't have a motorcycle called
it's
that.
like a Muppet safe.
Imagine
It is a
that?
Muppet
It really
safe
is.
word.
Neepner, yeah.
It is.
Neepner.
Hey, what do you want to take tonight? The Harley or the Neepner?
Touch my Neepner.
Right. My Neepner's throbbing
What's
again.
that vibrating through between my
again,
eyes?
I'm surprised nobody has chimed in because there's nobody left to tell us how wrong that we're pronouncing Neepner.
We're actually up, Phil. We're up to 33.
Yeah.
We were down to 30.
Oh, we're down.
You tow a Neepner with a Trabant. Ooh,
Peeling out of the chat like, oh my god, these assholes.
a
Well, people
Neepner.
wanted cursive. It's starting to happen.
Yeah, do you guys remember Grizzly Adams?
Tom.
Yeah. Okay, I've said it before. I'll say it again. There was a awful movie that existed in 1971 called The Pink Angels, and that's your homework. Is you have to watch this movie. The Pink Angels is a biker exploitation movie from 1971, and this motorcycle, the featured gang, is a gay motorcycle gang.
I've heard of this and it's been on my list.
Who rides around in Neepner motorcycles.
I want to see. Where's it at?
World War II. Say everything looks like
Sean, this
it's
is
World
your
War II
homework.
surplus. And I promise you that this.
Oh my gosh.
If you like biker movies, you're gonna love the Pink Angels because the Pink Angels. Yep.
This is like Spinal Tap for motorcycles.
Tidy Whiteys?
Yeah, really.
Damn.
Yeah.
No leather?
There's no way they'd be that clean in any scenario with those guys sitting like that. Fucking.
If you thought Bike Riders was homoerotic, then you need to watch The Pink Angels. Because again, featured, one of the main actors in it is Grizzly Adams. Like the man who plays Grizzly Adams.
And BJ and the Bear.
What's that? And BJ the Bear.
That was a good fucking show, man.
BJ the Bear, yeah.
Please tell me, for Sean's sake, that there's a Neepner in the warehouse waiting to be fixed.
Great. So I can ride it through the Pride Parade in 26.
Right. Yeah, you won't ride it. Several people will push you. So there's the hero shot. There's the hero shot from the movie.
Wow. The money shot.
There's the hero shot. This shows the Neepners flying in formation.
Ooh, 3 deep.
Yeah, and I was funny that they were like, okay, well, we have to figure out some motorcycle that these hard asses can ride to give you the visual impression that they are a California biker gang circa 1971. And somebody went, yeah, but they're weird because they're all gay. And somebody else went, then we should give them sidecars.
Then 3 wheels
we
it
should
is.
give them World War II surplus sidecars. And they went, sounds great. Let's do it. Orders fixed.
Let's party.
Yeah, let's party. Watch this movie. That's your homework.
Those look nothing like a WLA.
When you watch the movie, then you will forever use the term that we use at the shop. Hey, Tom, can you do me a favor and fluff up his tires? Ooh. Because fluffing up the tires is something that they do at every stop. They were like, oh, we're here. Before we stop and get a beer, we should fluff up the tires.
I am a fluffer.
It is to fluff up the tires.
Listen, so if I ride in Sean's sidecar, am I the tire fluffer?
You are the tire
you will,
fluffer.
you will be the tire
Officially
fluffer.
the tire fluffer.
That's between you and Sean.
That is it.
You might be the fluffy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Sean, you're very
It
fluffy.
depends.
It might depend on what you're better at.
Hey, Sean?
Yeah.
Top or bottom?
Side, apparently.
Good answer.
Yeah.
For now.
It's pretty solid. I dare you to make it through the whole movie. So I don't know where you can find the Pink Angels. I honestly don't know if it's streaming or if it's available
Sure, it's
anywhere.
somewhere out there.
It's like on ePix or something. Amazon's got it, I'm sure, for like
Oh my God.
Pix.
I can only promise you, if you watch it, if you make it through the whole way, you will.
I caught a weird one the other weekend.
Yeah.
Like it was a biker movie where they ended up on some island in this weird fort. It was like a French biker. It was fucking awesome, but it was really weird.
Were they in Ecuador?
No, man. I can't think of it. It's a pretty
They were
famous
driving
movie.
down this mountain. It was only as wide as the handlebars, but then they made sweet,
No, it might have been New Zealand. It might have been New Zealand.
Lord of the
actually.
Fly 125.
But it was really weird because it was a foreign country, but it was a take on like kind of like our biker scene, but it was still made then.
Okay.
So you know what I
All
mean?
right.
Like it was in the 70s, but it was like from a different country's view of
Was
the
it
biker scene.
Greek?
No, it's Serbia.
Were they?
Serbia.
That's it.
The movie's
Were they-
byline is "Catch the Pink Angels if you
If
can."
you can.
If
Were they-
you can.
were they
I thought
oil-
it said "Watch the Pink Angels if you can."
Were they oiled up, Sleepy?
No, but actually, because you said that, I suggest everybody pull up and watch the Serbian film tonight. You're welcome.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Okay, though.
Don't.
What
You
does-
can skip that.
You've just reminded me, since we were talking about all this, that Pillion was released about a month ago.
Uh-huh.
So, and actually, if you haven't watched it, you should probably watch it.
Well,
Okay, then.
Oh, go ahead.
Pillion.
Sounds like a good recommendation.
I think
yeah,
though,
no,
what
My
this is begging
recommendation
for.
The Man from Moscow with Ewan McGregor.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
Peggy and I've been watching.
that's really solid.
This is absolutely begging for a modern remake.
Oh, the Pink Angels.
This
Oh,
needs
yeah.
now is the time for this remake.
And you know they
You
can
know
all
what?
ride Janices.
You know what? Let's do it.
Alternative.
Let's
I
do
mean,
it.
it's not
We are
normal.
starting the
It's
Patreon
right.
Oh my
tonight.
gosh.
We are going to get this thing off the
Janice's.
ground.
I'm at 250
Take the J.
milligrams.
if it means we can get Richard in a harness in leather, then cameo
Yeah, this is
love.
yeah. I don't know how they. I was gonna say they didn't remake the Pink Angels and they called it Bike Riders. Because that's all I was picking up when I was watching it. I was just like, yeah, all right.
Somehow it was more gay.
These guys are fucking later. That's what I know. You can say what you want, but when those women leave, these guys are fucking.
Oh man.
That's what's gonna happen.
It's
I know what's gonna happen here.
It's just two guys.
Just guys being
and their
dudes.
paint
Yeah.
mixer.
Yeah. Hey, babe. Mark, we got to go out in the back and lube the motorcycle.
Hey,
again.
Norton, when I bent over, you stick your dick up. They ever heard that skit? You know what I'm referencing?
What's that?
I think
The
it's
skit?
that was
The
the
Eddie
old-
Murphy skit?
That
Oh,
was
the Eddie Murphy. Yeah,
old
humana, humana, humana.
universe.
Yeah,
That was
the Honeymooners. It was the.
Oh.
That was before the whole CERN thing, and we shifted timelines.
We
That
did.
doesn't exist
That was when we
anymore.
were on the smart timeline.
Oh my god, those eyebrows.
Oh man.
What? I fucking could. Oh,
No.
I was like, bitch, please.
You're picking up on some of that. Okay, all right. I can't show it because it's gonna
right.
fuck us over.
Copyright, but
Yeah. Yeah.
What? He
I was
peeing.
enjoying the snippet that
that?
I saw from over here.
Yeah.
There was a guy peeing.
Well, because he has to make a choice which bathroom to go into.
Wow,
That's
this
the old
argument
trope,
has been
right?
happening, you know.
It didn't stop, right?
It's always been
Yeah.
there.
Right. This is to give you how on the nose the film is in circa 1971, right? There's a big debate over which bathroom they should use. But there is a giant fucking air compressor in between the two, by the way.
There was.
This is the Pink Angels.
This is the Pink Angels. Yeah, this is the Pink Angels.
As a reminder, the shared sink is also a urinal.
Oh.
We have two 480 volt air compressors that are bigger than that.
Oh.
At the plant.
Oh, yeah. This is just to service the bathroom. Yeah.
Video techniques.
Oh, I promise you, my friends, and that's Grizzly Adams right there on the chopper.
Oh,
on the
he's got
right-hand
a
side.
nice chop though.
And
That
it's-
thing's all right.
He owned the Captain America bike for quite a while.
Wait, was that the dude from Kung Fu? This might be a cool movie.
Yeah, you're going to see some people in there that you recognize from other movies that are still regretting that they took a paycheck for this fucking thing.
Jeez,
Yeah.
wow, is this an orgy scene? What the fuck?
Priscilla, Queen of the Desert?
Jesus Christ, let's go!
I promise
Fucking
you.
roll.
You know this is still playing down there. then,
I don't know. I didn't know. I apparently.
There's a lot
Grizzly
going on
Adams.
here.
I
Yeah,
think
there you
this
go.
is just
So
this is just band camp.
In his first anal scene.
at the risk of
right, there we go.
At the risk of skewing a bunch of things, is this the Janus Society?
The Janus Society.
No, this is the Pink Angels. God damn it.
There it is.
Yeah, right.
We will not be silenced.
On parade.
Right.
I think
something.
I'm 100% in on
That's
that, dude.
All right, so that's it. Again, that's my annual challenge, telling everybody to try to make it through the movie Pink Angels, and you can thank your Unky Phil for that shit because it was awful.
I'm
It was
going in
fucking
tonight.
Terrible. Oh yeah, sure you are.
Sean,
Yeah.
are you going to have the bike ready in time?
I
Because I am fully on board the sidecar bike parade.
You remake it, you call it the Pink Angles. So this way you
Angles.
stay clear of all copyright infringement.
Right.
You're just the Pink Angles, and I think you'll be fine. Yeah, it's like if you were in the Black Windows movie.
It's
How about the Pink Angels? And then
Totally fine.
engineers.
And then the sequel could be the Pink Anals, because that's after
Right.
you get through the first.
Pink socks.
And we come right back around to Janus.
Yeah.
right. Oh, okay.
Oh, the personalized license plate.
Oh,
Yes.
indeed. The first guy has one that just says 2 in the pink. Yep. That's it.
But by the end of the parade, it's 5 in the stink.
Yeah.
It's-
The minivan.
yeah. Oh, man. All right. Well, we've just gone firmly off the
2 in the
rails.
front, 5 in the back.
I hope everyone feels like
Glad.
they're ready to deal with their families tomorrow. I hope they're going to be wholesome. Probably some of you might even go to services. You're going to spend time with your uncle, who sounds too much like me.
Uncle
I'm
Touchy.
stoked. I'm going to wreck a fucking bird.
Hell yeah.
I'll be petting
All that Pink
mine.
Angels talk.
This-
Uncle Touchy's going to have some uncomfortable things to say.
I mean, everybody tomorrow is going to have to deal with that one person you deal with only once a year.
Hey, respect to all the uncles.
But I'm that guy, so
Respect to all the uncles that drag their 18 to 20-year-old nephews outside and
school them.
and give them a little fucking
Smoke them up a little bit.
Settle down.
Smoke them up. Or to all the nephews that take their uncles outside and smoke them up a little
That
bit.
too, yeah. No, make
there's
that work. Yeah, better
Right.
yet.
Yeah,
That works.
Anybody who's slipping any edibles into the cranberry relish,
That's a good idea.
I really want to get Omi to do it. My 96-year-old grandmother. I would
get her to
I would like
tune
to
her
get
up a little bit?
her. I'd like to get her tuned up once before
just
she
to get her
goes.
tuned up before she
See how
passes.
she does it.
Hey,
Well,
Sleepy.
hey,
Hey, Sleepy.
What?
Those 2 turkeys that are not going to be eaten tomorrow, how they doing?
What are they, Heckle and Jekyll? What are the
I was pushing hard for one of them to make it a cameo here, but it just wasn't right. It would have been too traumatic for them.
They're a little traumatic, but also I don't know if you've ever seen a turkey shit. It's not small. It's not something you want anywhere near your house.
It's all right. You would have to clean it up anyway. It's fine.
Well, like I'd be working before it became cold. I'd have the garage door open, working on a bike,
Right.
you know, and I'm down there like something simple, lubing a chain, whatever, and like them motherfuckers are silent as shit. They sneak up behind you, and all of a sudden I turn around. There's 3 55-pound turkeys, and as soon as I turn, they all go
and just fuck you all up.
Yeah,
And then they
but
shit
then
everywhere.
they just walk away, right? Well, no, so that's it. They just came to say hi. I'm like,
Right.
okay, all right,
Okay,
guys, see you
there you
later.
go. Fuck
And then
off.
as they leave like, you know, 8-inch pulls of fucking like oatmeal like laying there. You're like, you motherfucker.
Look at that. He ate a bunch of rope. All right. Well, if nobody else got anybody else, anything else?
So what do turkeys and boobs have in common?
What do turkeys and boobs have in common?
They both have something that pops up when they're ready.
All right. Fair enough. Okay,
So
right.
is there no hate mail?
No, I didn't have any hate mail.
That's coming.
Didn't have any hate mail. That was it. I think we're pretty good on the hate mail business.
You got more? That's it?
That was it? The one turkey joke? All right.
That's all you
Oh,
got.
that was just a fast
I'm
hit.
as free as a bird.
So in conclusion,
Ride fast and take
Happy
chances. Get us out of here,
Thanksgiving.
Johnny Mac.
Bum, 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 bum.
Hit the ball.